White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky. By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts were sent last year with Whitaker Bank text banking.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No. You are not White, Greer, and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White, Greer, and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Sorta you isn't you. White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
All S, all P, all O, R-T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank's Kentucky education initiatives.
Whitaker Bank has contributed almost $441,000 to education programs for the advancement of Kentucky's youth.
We share your passion, Kentucky.
Love the bank that loves you back.
Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
I'm not loving my smile. I should have got braces when I was a kid. I want my teeth to be straight.
Dude, go to White, Greer, and Maggard. So, I see you took my advice. Better?
Oh, better.
You're not you when your teeth aren't straight. Get started at White, Greer, and Maggard today.
All S, all P, all O, R-T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Kentucky's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, Studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association and the Kentucky High School Athletic Directors Association.
We'd like to honor those who are currently serving our country overseas. Specifically, Sergeant Anthony Steinman, stepfather of Brandon and Connor Lane, football players here at Lafayette, and all the others who serve our country proudly. Please join me in a moment of silence for those who have given the ultimate sacrifice in protection of our country and community. Thank you.
Sergeant Tony Steinman, I'd like to wish the entire Lafayette football team good luck tonight from Iraq. Thanks to PrepSpin, I'll have the ability to watch the game. Brandon and Connor Lane, I hope you boys know how proud I am of both of you. Have a great game tonight and kick butt out there. Victoria, will you cheer extra for Daddy? Jennifer, thank you for all you do for our family and for being strong enough to do it all while I'm gone. I miss you all so much. I love you guys. Go Generals!
We ask that you please remain standing as Lafayette's Pride of the Bluegrass marching band performs our national anthem.
Well, good evening and welcome to Lafayette High School tonight for high school football, the White Greer Maggard High School football game of the week. And tonight, it's a dandy, as they say in the South. It's Lexington Lafayette, number 3 in the state. Louisville Trinity, number 1 in the state. USA Today has them in the top 10 in the country. Bill Ransdell with me. And, Bill, I certainly go back to those coaching days that you had at Henry Clay when Chase Minifield and company ran out there against Trinity. But it's a Trinity team. You know, Scott County got them a few years ago, but it's a Trinity team that's 15-0 against Lexington Public Schools.
You know, it's one of those things that you sit and you wonder and kind of scratch your head a little bit and wonder how how that number gets that way sometimes, but it's you know, you got to give Trinity their due. They've had a heck of a program, for many years, and you and I have talked and we've watched games, we've called their games, and I've coached against them, and it's they just kind of pull them off the shelf. And I tell you what though, tonight I think is a different. I think they got something to look at here. I know there's a lot of excitement around this Lafayette ball team, and I know I'm excited, and you are.
The thing I look at is all football games are won up front in the trenches. And when you look at Lafayette's offensive line, Alex Simpson doesn't get a lot of love, 6'5", 310. Dejon Thomas, 290. Will Bischoff, 255. Austin Miller, 230. And then Jed Wills, the right tackle, a five-star, All-American type player. So when I look at it on paper, Bill Ransdale, this is probably the most physical Lexington Public team I've seen play Trinity in all my time. Yeah. And I've called games when Boone County took Trinity to overtime, so I've seen some good teams.
And these guys passed the look test. I mean, it's one of those things we kind of talk about, and there's a smell test, a look test. And you know what? You can make fun of it all you want to, but at the end of the day, it really works. I mean, you can get out there and look. I mean, and these young men, I tell you what I love about the way the line sets up on the left side with Simpson at 310 and Thomas at 290. I have a feeling that we're going to see, you'll see a steady, dose of working that side a little bit. And then Wills on the other side, you got Miller at 225. That's a beautiful size. It's a really good size. It's small in comparison along with the center Bischoff at 255, but it sets you up to be able to have some nice pulls and traps, and those guys move a little bit more.
And the thing I've noticed about Lafayette, and we've seen them a couple of times this year already, is, man, they can move the football down the field. It starts with Walker Wood. We'll talk about them later, but first up, we come back from this break, we're going to tell you a little about Trinity and Bob Beatty and his USA Today number 10 ranked team in the country, the Shamrocks of Trinity. We'll return again. This is the White Greer Maggard High School Football Game of the Week, and thanks to Crown Trophy for providing all the plaques.
We started this business in 1998. We're part of a franchise company. Just a little bit of history. It was my dad and I. I had some experience in the awards business. My dad came out of the corporate world, and we put our heads together and started Crown Trophy. So we've been in business. This is our 18th year since we started. We believe in giving back to the community, helping out the community. The community helps us, keeps us in business, and we believe if we help the community will help us in the future. We've got a wide range of different products, everything from crystal, acrylic, plaques, youth sports awards. We've got a full line of promotional products, full line of signage, banners, yard signs. We also carry some gift items for holidays and different gifts and things. So like I said, we've got a wide range of different products. Two things. We're part of the national franchise. There's 150 of our stores across the country. We have a buying power. We also have exclusive products that our headquarters were based just out of New York, or just north of New York City. We have a buying power of 150 stores. Therefore, we're able to offer low-cost products and offer exclusive products that you can't get anywhere else other than Crown Trophies. We've got about an 85-page catalog with full of different products. We print it once a year. Comes out usually in January of each year. But we continue throughout the year to add new products, and those are updated on our website throughout the year. And we're continually growing our product line and adding new products and that type of thing all year long. www.crowntrophylex.com. We're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive. That's just on the corner of Nicholasville and New Circle, directly behind Starbucks off of Nicholasville Road. Everybody loves recognition.
And we're back here. You see the captains meeting out here at Ishmael Stadium. You're on the campus of this beautiful Lafayette complex. Gary Ball and Bill Ransdale. We're going to tell you about Trinity. Louisville Trinity comes in 2-0, and they're both wins over Tennessee teams. They defeated Brentwood Academy, and they defeated Innsworth, one of the state champions out of Tennessee. Trinity, led by quarterback Spencer Blackburn. He's not thrown a touchdown this year, but he has rushed for 2 TDs. The big story for Trinity, obviously, up front, their line is huge. We'll talk about that. But they run a tandem of running backs in there. Roderick Thomas, one of the captains, 205-pound senior. Bill, he's carried 26 times, 211 yards, 3 scores. And then the other one's Jovan Smith, the 190-pound senior. He's carried the ball 30 times for 127 yards. So you got 2 backs there that have carried it 60 times in 2 games for nearly 400 yards.
Well, whenever you can get two guys and get like a 1-2 punch coming at you, one guy gets a little tired, whatever it may be. But even if not, you got two guys usually have two different types of running styles to some shape, form, or fashion. And, it gives the defense something different and something extra to have to prepare for. And it's one of those things that I tell you can kind of give you that little bit of an extra edge there. So I'll be anxious to see how these guys react tonight when they get out there and get coming at it. But more so how Lafayette's defense is going to sit there and handle them.
Yeah, we'll come back quickly and we'll tell you about Lafayette, give you the starting lineups. We're just about set for the kickoff here. We got a lot of folks to shout out here tonight that are watching here on PrepSpin. Thanks to William Warfield, the King of Stream. We'll come back here on PrepSpin, the White Greer Maggard High School Football Game of the Week.
White Greer and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
It looks like Lafayette will be kicking to Trinity, and the kicker, of course, is Sutton Averett for the Lafayette Generals, so they'll be kicking off. That'll give us an opportunity. Trinity's offensive line, Kyle Liebert is your center, John Lage and Kion Lichtfield, one of the captains, is a guard, Cole Spencer a tackle, along with Tommy Crawford. Tight end is Noah Hoffman. Wide receivers Colin McKinley and Noah Ellison. Quarterback, Bill and I talked about him, Spencer Blackburn, 6'1 senior, beat out Nick Bond, the underclassman this year for Trinity in that quarterback battle. Roderick Thomas will be your starting running back, and Nick Strothman is our leading receiver, 6'2 junior with 55 yards receiving coming in. And, Bill, you talk about the eye test, and I agree with you. They passed the eye test, both teams. But, you look at Trinity. They struggled their first game, only putting up 14 points, but came back with 34 in their last outing against Ensworth. So I guess the offense started clicking.
Well, you can only hold down a good team so long, Gary. I mean, when you got the numbers and you got young men that can play the position. So I think it's just probably a tribute to the coaches and them trying to kind of get themselves synced in like the first game we did this year. Everybody's trying to figure out where they are. But when you got the young men like you touched on, I mean, it's hard to slow them down.
So Averett will be kicking for Lafayette, and back dip, Jovan Smith is to the near side, and Ritchie is to the far side, Justin Ritchie. So those are return men for Trinity. They're in the white tonight. Lafayette Generals in the gray with the dark pants, white helmets. And Bill Ransdale, we're looking forward to seeing the number one team in the state and two top teams in the state, number 1 and number 3.
And now we go.
Averett kick. Ritchie takes it back at the 10. Ritchie out to the 15. Ritchie at the 20. 25. He's got a seam. Breaks a tackle at the 30. Up to the 40. Finally pulled down after a great return up to the 47-yard line. Nice return there by Justin Ritchie. He took that in back inside the 10, so he returned that about 39 yards, Bill Ransdale.
Just a nice job early, finding his blockers. Kind of took his time. Found a little crease there and was able to slide up in there, and then the pursuit of Lafayette caught up with him.
Spencer Blackburn, your senior quarterback, will check the defensive unit for Lafayette after this 1st and 10 play for the Trinity Shamrocks out of Louisville. They'll start at their own 46-yard line. Trinity. They send twin receivers out to the top. Roderick Thomas is to the left of Blackburn, the quarterback, out of that shotgun. Gives back inside Thomas. Breaking tackles to the 49. Knocked down there short of the 49. Let's see who came in there to get him for the Generals defense. I know Lane was in there, and also coming there, Ian Shaw. Good to have him back in there, the middle linebacker. Trajan McCoy's your defensive end. Dylan McKinney, Xavier Douglas, and Desmond Simpson up front for the Lafayette Generals. Quantaze Cooper had that big, nice touchdown return against Boyle last week, interception of 75. Ian Shaw just made that play. Brandon Lane, the outstanding linebacker. Coney Heiss will take a look. Here is the 2nd down and 8 play with Trinity. Twins out to the top. Blackburn under center this time. Slides. He gives now to Thomas. Thomas midfield. Thomas run out of bounds. Let's see where they mark him at. He gets into Lafayette territory at about the 49-yard line. There were a couple of them over there. McCoy, the defensive end, hustling over there, Bill. And you also saw Uboja, Daryl Uboja.
Yeah, they did a nice job of stringing it out that time. Trinity came out and wanted to do a little stretch. The QB just runs as hard as he can, and the aiming point for the tailback is off the outside tackle or the tight end.
Right.
And you just want to get kind of zone block it up. Your line does, and you just want to get there. But it was a really nice job of Lafayette just stringing that thing out all the way to the side.
Thomas goes motion now, sits up behind the quarterback, and now they slide a fake to him. And quarterback Blackburn rolling right, sets, throws, and it is going to be caught down at the 30-yard line. It's going to be a 19-yard pickup, pulled in down there by Javel Smith, the twin brother of Jovan Smith, the backup running back.
Yeah, Smith did a great job. Just, it was a really, really deep route. I thought for a second that Shaw was going to get in there. He was giving pressure coming down the middle, right in the face of Blackburn. But Blackburn stood pretty tall in the pocket. Gary delivered a nice ball, and big pickup for the Rocks.
You've got Ellison and McKinley slots to the left side. Smith out to the top, and at the 30-yard line on that 19-yard pickup, you got Smith in motion. Fake it back inside to give it to Thomas. And he's going to be tackled after taking it down about the 25-yard line. Roderick Thomas picks up about 5, maybe 6 yards. It'll be second down.
Nice execution of just the counter play from the shotgun that time. Fake it up inside one way, hand back the other way, gives your offensive line that opportunity to get your angles that you want to get. And we could see it very clearly from here with our angle where that hole opened up. But a nice job of Lafayette just pursuing and closing the gap pretty quickly.
This time Trinity going with 4 receivers to the bottom. Now Smith goes in motion away from us. Blackburn, and they may have taken it's going to be timeout called by Lafayette. Timeout. Some folks thought it might have been too much time, but 9:58. Trinity opened up with a great return by Ritchie. Returned it to the 46, and the big play on this one has been that Blackburn to Smith 19-yard strike. Bill Ransdale down to the 30-yard line.
Lafayette found themselves there. Great timeout by Coach Shaw. You end up with an empty backfield, your quads to one side, and something that, either they hadn't seen or they didn't like with their defensive set.
Right.
So you take a second to, take a break. But, to your point, Trinity, a good job there with that big strike downfield. Now you get a chance on a timeout because you caught Lafayette a little bit off guard to go over and, kind of reload if you want to.
Absolutely. Roberts Insurance, a sponsor tonight. Bob Roberts Insurance. They're on Main Street in Richmond, Kentucky. They insure most of the high schools in the state of Kentucky. Bob Roberts Insurance. Also, William, we want to thank, of course, White, Greer, and Maggard, our title sponsor. Great folks over there. We got 2nd down and 5 here, and Sutherland Chevrolet. Check out the WKYT Game Time tonight with Brian Mile and Lee K. Howard, 11:15. High school game time on WKYT.
A lot of man-to-man matchups here. This may be what Trinity's looking for.
Smith goes in motion away from us up here in the box, and Blackburn out of that shot, looks left, looks back right, fires it over there to Smith. He's got the jailhouse screen. He's down to the 10. He may take it in. He does. Touchdown. Javel Smith with the first strike for Trinity as they go 25 yards on the strike from quarterback Blackburn. That's his first touchdown pass of 2016.
Really well executed play. You get the quads, and what it did is that let them see what was going on with Lafayette. Were they going to man up, which it forces you to. So they man up, then you get the motion back to the weak side, and they still had a safety setting off. So there was a guy that was unaccounted for at that point, which you can put your offensive lineman on. So really a nice job of game planning that by Trinity at this point, Gary. I mean, to be able to sit and see what it was and then take advantage of it.
They only had to go 54 yards with that return, with that kick return. Here's the extra point by Zach Williams, one of the best place kickers in the state. It's good. So Trinity jumps out early, 9:49. It only took them 2 minutes and 11 seconds. And they lead at 7-0 on a Blackburn to Smith touchdown pass. We'll be back on the White Greer Maggard High School Football Game of the Week.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
DeAndre Newcomb and Cameron Morgan back deep to receive this kick coming from Trinity. Zach Williams, one of the fine place kickers around, as Trinity leads at 7-0. Your thoughts on that early drive for Trinity? Only covered 54 yards and capped off with that touchdown pass.
Good execution by Trinity coming out. Obviously, the visitors didn't have to do a whole lot at this point. I'll be anxious to see how Lafayette responds.
Taken in by Newcomb. He's out at the 15. Newcomb, and he's going to be hemmed in back inside the 15. Great coverage there by Trinity's Joe Dingle, number 19, on that kicking team. And Dingle was down there in a hurry making that play for that Trinity kicking team.
And, that's one of the things you're sitting there and as a competitive person and a football player, and you're on the kickoff return, you want to return that ball.
Right.
And he was just, hanging right at about the half-yard line just so he could return it. And sometimes, you're better off to just let the thing go in the end zone. And we say now Trinity has pretty good coverage at this point. So it puts the Generals starting in the hole at 14-yard line. But they got a lot of weapons on this offense. I've been looking forward to this game all year.
Let's see what Walker Wood has here. He sends motion to the far side. Fakes now to Bennett Wood looking. Throws it, and it is caught by Guilfoyle up near the line of scrimmage after Walker was hitting the backfield, going for very little gain there. So Guilfoyle caught the ball, and as soon as he caught the pass, he was wrestled down there. We mentioned the offensive unit for Lafayette. Wide receivers, Matthew Guilfoyle, who just caught that pass. Quentin Brown, Zach Sherman. Brandon Bennett was in there on that play. Daquan Edwards is a deep threat. And Javarius Robinson is normally the running back. We'll check the Trinity defense after this 2nd and 10 play here for Lafayette. 9 minutes, 10 seconds in the first period, and Trinity took the opening drive down 54 yards, capped it off with a touchdown pass from their quarterback Blackburn to Javale Smith. Inside handoff going nowhere. They're going to lose yardage. Trinity stacks them up in the backfield on the handoff to Javarius Robinson. He's going to lose about 3 or 4 yards, so it'll be 3rd and long now for Lafayette's offense. It was Nick Cardosi making the play. Cody Auxier, Jermaine Jackson, Rock McDuffie, Stephen Hirani along the front four for Trinity. Robbie Lewis, Cardosi made that play. Isaac Martin and Ethan Hull, your linebackers for Trinity.
Empty set for Lafayette.
Walker Wood rolling to the right, being chased, sets up, throws it back toward the middle, caught, and then it's immediately tackled at the 16 by Dingle on the catch there by Quentin Brown. What a play by Dingle, who made the play on the kickoff team and then made the play there defensively. So that brings up 4th down. Lafayette will be punting the ball away here to Trinity.
Yeah, Stephen Harrison, number 7, hit D-line. He broke through very quickly and was putting the pressure on Walker Wood that time, along with one of their other Trinity's D linemen. I couldn't see him, but you're going to have to get a little bit more time and give that young man a chance to do something. You can't just do it on a 1,000 count.
Walker Wood got the punt off to Ritchie. Hauls it in at the 45. Ritchie dancing to the 40, and Ritchie's going to be down to the 30. Here comes a flag down. And Ritchie's going to be knocked out of bounds there at about the 40-yard line. There is a penalty marker down. Not sure what that is, but we'll unravel that here with 7:39 to go. And very uneventful first offensive series for Lafayette. You look at some numbers. Quentin Brown, 1 catch, 6 yards.
Yeah, it's 5 plays, 54 yards. Pretty effective. 10.8 a play. So Lafayette's 3 plays, and
that's going to be holding against Trinity.
Good break for the Generals.
So that'll move Trinity back at the 49. Still their first series. They started at their own 46. Now they're starting at Lafayette's 49. Great field position by Trinity here. See if Lafayette's defense can dig in this time.
Lafayette with that 4-down lineman. It's a 4-3. They got 4 down and 3 linebackers, and they'll bring a strong safety up as extra support.
Spencer Blackburn gives to Jovan Smith on a sweep right side. He breaks a tackle. He's at midfield 45, down to the 40, close to the first down marker. Should have been tackled back in the backfield, but broke that tackle, and boy, Jovan Smith.
Yeah, I think it was Jordan Thomas, the strong safety I was just touching on. Had him, he had a bead on him and broke in and had him for 3-4 yard loss in the backfield, and just a really good job of running, keeping your legs turning, and Jordan Smith wasn't able to just wrap him up.
So to bring up first down, he did get the first down. 1st and 10. Motion to the near side.
Lafayette in zone.
Blackburn rolling that way, sets up, throws, and it is caught by Smith down near the 30, dives down to the 30-yard line, picks up 9 yards. I tell you, all of a sudden in this game, number 6, JaVale Smith has become the primary target. Spencer Blackburn, Jordan Thomas, the bandit linebacker, came up, made the play, but Bill, when you're getting 8, 9, 10 yards a pop on first down, if you're Trinity, man, you're just making it very tough on Lafayette's defense.
Absolutely. It makes it very difficult, and you've got to find something here. You're going to have to get a little pressure somewhere, and you're getting down in the red zone. So look for Lafayette to go man here at some point and try to get somebody, breaking through to put a little pressure back there on Blackburn.
Blackburn inside handoff, and that's going to be Smith, and he gets down to about the 27. First down by plenty, only needed about 1.5, and he got 5. So first down by JaVale Smith. He came in 30 carries, 127 yards for Trinity. As we said, Roderick Thomas, 26 carries, 211. Looked like Desmond Simpson.
Well, he did a nice job.
Came up, made the play there.
He was in there on the side, and he just pulled him backwards at the end there. It was really a nice effort by Simpson there.
Louisville Trinity, USA Today had them number 10 in the nation. Lafayette, both teams 2-0. Lafayette came in number 3 in Kentucky in 6A. Trinity's number 1 with, I believe, Mail was number 2. Scott County was up there. Inside handoff now to Roderick Thomas, and Thomas keeping the legs churning, and he's going to take it all the way down inside the 20. I tell you what, these running backs are just so physical. Roderick Thomas, 205. JaVale Smith at 190. Bill, and Lafayette having trouble bringing them down.
Yeah, when you get behind your pads like that and you keep your legs churning like you can see right there on it, I mean, it's really difficult to do. I don't care. You've got to gang tackle and get in there, and get way up under the pads like you've always heard people say, and do the good form tackle.
Roderick Thomas, 4 carries, 20 yards now for Trinity. Second down, they got 8 yards on that first down. 2nd and 2. Inside handoff to Smith. He's trying to bounce it outside. He's going to be pulled down on a nice play over there. Let's see who got over there. My nice play turned in, and that was nicely done by McKinney.
Yeah,
and also
Simpson,
Desmond Simpson. Yeah,
he had some great lateral movement that time to adjust to the bounce there by the running back for Trinity, and then he jumped out there and was able to get in front of him and hold him shy of the first down.
4 minutes and 39 seconds here. First quarter, Trinity leads 7-0. Their opening drive, they took down for a touchdown pass from Spencer Blackburn to JaVale Smith.
Big play, big time for the D-line right here of Lafayette to make some penetration.
They give now left side, and that's Smith. He's to the 10. He's going to take it in. Touchdown. JaVale Smith. So it is already Trinity 13-0, leading Lafayette.
I tell you what, it looked like Lafayette was really, looked like they had a little slant on that time to the field, and just a little dive play inside by Trinity and a little bounce outside by the tailback there. I didn't see which Smith was that one again, and just nice to he put his foot in the ground, just one move, and that was it.
Yeah, he's got 4 carries, 32 yards, and a touchdown now, JaVale Smith. Here is the extra point by Williams, and with 4:19 to go in the first, Trinity has had the ball twice. They've scored twice. They lead Lafayette 14-0 here in the first period. We'll be back on the White Greer Maggard High School Football Game of the Week.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No. You are not White Greer and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White Greer and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Sorta you isn't you. White Greer and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated.
Welcome back, and we're set for the kickoff, and Lafayette has her back up against the wall against this number 10 ranked Trinity team, number 1 in the state, number 10 in the country, 14-0 here in the first period. Here's the Williams kick, dropping back deep, and will be he can't bring it out of there. It's in the end zone, so that'll be a touchback, and Lafayette will get it to 20. You know, Lafayette's been starting. We did the Boyle County game the other night. Lafayette didn't score in the first quarter, a little slow start. Been starting a little slow. Dunbar jumped out on him. So what is it with these slow starts for this Lafayette team?
You know, sometimes I think those things just happen when you get in. It just depends on the makeup sometimes of the team. I mean, they're pretty senior and junior. There are a lot of senior on these guys, and, they've been playing together, and I think they'll get in there and look at it. And at 14-0, I guarantee you right now their attention's had.
Oh, yeah, they got their attention. Walker Wood, he's got Javarius Robinson there in the backfield with him, and he fakes to Javarius. Walker tucks it up to the 24. Nice pickup of about 4 yards for Walker Wood, and let's see who was there to greet him rudely and it was 31 Isaac Martin, the 6'2", 230-pound senior linebacker.
I tell you what, though, I do not see this being in Lafayette's favor to have Walker Wood be your leading rusher tonight or a steady dose. You don't want to, put your main guy out there for too much. It's not like Trinity is going to come up and just, two-hand touch you.
Right.
They're going to bring it, and they're going to bring 2 or 3 guys every time on that defense. So,
motion by Brown, and Walker fakes to Quentin Brown. Walker Wood keeps it up to the 28, so it'll be third down at about 1.5 yards on a nice run there by Walker Wood. I agree with Bill Ransdale taking some. And nice hit there by Ethan Hull, the outside linebacker, making the hit there for Trinity. Third and about 1.5 yards for Lafayette. 3:15 to go, first period. Gary Ball, Bill Ransdale, William Warfield, King of Stream here on PrepSpin. And, boy, it's fun bringing these games to the folks. You got one of the top teams in the country, Louisville Trinity, and a team, Lafayette, that's also one of the top teams in the state. Bill battling here tonight at Ishmael Stadium.
A big third down right here, Gary, early for Lafayette.
They got twins to both sides, empty backfield.
Huge to move these chains.
Now Javarius Robinson shifts. They give it to Javarius, and he's hit and dropped in the backfield, and no gain. Well, the linebackers for Trinity almost gave him the ball. It was Isaac Martin and Cardosi, the other.
Yeah, he just blitzed. And it looked as if Trinity knew what the play was.
Yeah.
I mean, they walked up and they. Lafayette went empty backfield and then motioned back to the one-back set a little bit, and then next thing you know, they handed up underneath there, but there was nobody picking up the backside linebacker.
Right. So here's Walker Wood to punt to Ritchie. Ritchie gets it off. Ritchie goes back, hauls it into 42. Ritchie running far side, dancing 45, hit 47, and knocked backwards. Good coverage there as Bill said, by Lafayette's punt team. But again, look at this field position for Trinity. They started at the 46-yard line on the kickoff return. They started at the 49 of Lafayette on the second series that they scored on in the Smith TD, and they're starting at their own 46-yard line on this series.
Yeah, and that's
just too good a field position.
Well, this is where is your head coach. Coach Shaw is a big defensive guy. This is where you want to try to dial something up and help your offense here. Get a turnover, flip the field, as far as for your team here.
4 receivers to the bottom again for Spencer Blackburn. Motion by Smith.
Man coverage by Lafayette with the quads out here.
Blackburn pump fakes.
Looks
a little screen. Here's a flag down. Screen set up. It's going for 40 and down to the 35-yard line to Roderick Thomas. But hold your phone. There's a penalty marker down beyond the line of scrimmage. I think that's going to be against Trinity.
I think it's Lafayette. I think it's hand in the face. I think possibly.
So they're going to talk to the white cap.
The white cap.
He's the man with the plan out there. He's got the white hat on, which means he is the main man. Minute 58, if you're just tuning in, and that is going to be against Lafayette. So not only are they facing this formidable team in Trinity, they get a tough break there on the call.
Oh, they waved it off.
Waved it off, so they'll give the play down to the 36-yard line, so they'll wave the flag off.
He might have been calling an illegal downfield with the screen, and it was behind the line of scrimmage, though. Lafayette's defense needs to find something here. Trinity out quick.
Like you said, Bill Ransdale, need a break here, need a pick, or need some type of turnover, which
Trinity doesn't do a whole lot of. No, they don't. They're very, very well coached.
Blackburn Turns around, looks at his running back, fakes to him. Blackburn sets up, rolls to the left. Blackburn throws it deep downfield. He's got a receiver wide open, and it's knocked away on a great play. What a super play by Lafayette to save a touchdown. Turned in there by Fishback, DeMarco Fishback. He outran that football, Bill Ransdale. That's a wide open touchdown.
Well, yeah, I mean, if Blackburn takes a little bit of air off that rascal and drives it, it's a touchdown right out of the gate. Yep. I mean, and he did a good job of having some makeup speak, Fishback did, but I don't think you want to, make a living on that kind of play. Great recovery, but helped definitely by Blackburn and just laying the ball up there. I tell you where that play was made was Noah Hoffman, the tight end. He was able to sit there and set the edge and gave Blackburn all day.
Right. So Blackburn underthrew the ball, but what a great play by Fishback. It is 14-0. We want to tell. We got some special shout-outs tonight, William. We're going to give some shout-outs here. We got Rick and Sandy Haynes. They're watching in Kingston, Rhode Island.
Right on.
Daniel Broadwater. He's watching in Pennsylvania. And we've got Cotton and Jane Walker. They're watching in Knoxville, Tennessee. We got folks watching all over tonight. And we got Sergeant Anthony Steinman watching over in Iraq. He set his alarm for 2 a.m. to watch this game.
That was awesome, the pregame where they had him recorded, wasn't it?
That was cool. Pretty cool stuff. 14-0 here. It's all Trinity here. Minute 27 in the first. Gary Ball, Bill Ransdale, William Warfield here on PrepSpin. Boy, you look at that picture in high definition. It's just, it's like you're there, Bill. It's like you're there. I told you last week
after our game in Boyle County, I turned it on in the truck, and I looked at it, almost had a wreck coming through Nicholasville.
Quick pass left side, and it's going to be a diving catch. And let's see, are they going to rule that a catch? Yeah, that's a diving catch by Noah Ellison, the senior.
I think they rewarded him after watching how well he set the edge and pinned in the defensive tackle last time, allowing Blackburn to get out on the corner.
Pick up a 5 for Ellison, the senior. That's his 5th catch of the season. Third down and 5.
You got to figure this is 2-down territory for Trinity at this point, up 14 points and at the 30-yard line.
Last year they played at Trinity, and Trinity won big, and Lafayette trying to reverse that this year, but Trinity's jumped out early here. Blackburn watches Roderick Thomas shift to his fakes to him. Blackburn's going to keep it. He's got some room, and he's all the way down to the 20-yard line. First down and 10 for Trinity. And I tell you what, nobody knew Spencer Blackburn had the ball but Spencer himself.
Just a nice job, really, of getting the fake. But once he got the fake, he was able to sit there, and it was a little trap inside. They did the fake, and then the quarterback followed back up. He followed his left guard and tackle that were pulling for him, and he just ran right on in there, got on the hip of him.
And he's 5 for 6 passing. Former quarterback Billy Ransdale is Blackburn for 74 yards in that touchdown pass.
Effective day already.
Smith
still here in the first quarter.
Roderick Thomas, they give it to him back inside. He is going to bounce off a tackle at the 20 and then be tackled down at the 15. Good pursuit by Ian Shaw. He bounced off a tackle at the 20, and Ian Shaw tracked him down. Was it Xavier Douglas
Xavier had him, and he just couldn't get his hands on him. Didn't get that grip on him.
That's going to do it for the first period. First quarter will come to a close, and it's all Trinity out of Louisville. The Shamrocks 14, the Generals of Lexington Lafayette nothing. Will return second quarter action on the White Greer Maggard High School football game of the week.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank's Kentucky education initiatives.
Whitaker Bank has contributed almost $441,000 to education programs for the advancement of Kentucky's youth.
We share your passion, Kentucky.
Love the bank that loves you back.
Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Five at the 15-yard line. Give back inside Roderick Thomas to the 10. Drives his legs down to the 8-yard line. Be first and goal at the 7 for Trinity. And if you're Lafayette's defense, you haven't stopped them so far. Now they're driving again. If you're the D there for Lafayette, Bill, what are you going to tell your defense?
Well, I think you just got to be able to sit there and play good fundamental football. Get up under the pads of these guys. I mean, you referenced, we got 280, 250, 250, 270, 265 on Trinity. And that time they just ran the dive straight behind them. And all they're doing is getting up underneath the D line of Lafayette and just driving their legs and letting their running back get on their back.
Fake now. Blackburn's going to roll to the left. Blackburn sets and throws, and touchdown in the back of the end zone. Yeah. Wide open back there, and I believe that was Smith again. Yes, it was. Second touchdown catch tonight for Smith.
Yeah, and I couldn't tell if that was Fishback at that time or Price, but he got caught with his eyes in the backfield, and he was able. It was just a little counter bootleg. They've been running some, off tackle. They fake it that time. They pull it out, and he just works himself right across the middle to the open spot. And it's not even a difficult pass.
So with second quarter action underway, Trinity strikes again on a touchdown pass from Blackburn, who had not thrown a TD this season, but he's thrown 2 already here in the first half.
I think he heard you in the pregame.
I think so. Probably. Here's the kick up by Zach Williams, and it is now with 11:31 to go before halftime. It is Trinity 21, Lafayette nothing here. We'll return on the White Greer Maggard High School Football Game of the Week. Thanks to all of our sponsors tonight. Going to be taken in by Lafayette to the 10, up to the 15. It got a seam up near the 30, and nice return to the 33-yard line. Nicely done there by Cameron Morgan. Nearly broke that one. Boy, they were looking for something positive, and Morgan had one man to beat, but that just shows you the open field tackling of Trinity as they tackled that one man tackled him. Well, Morgan's still running, but good field, best field position to start a drive that Lafayette has had here. We talked about Trinity. They started at their 46. They started at the Lafayette 49. They started at their 46. That's been the Trinity 3-touchdown the field position they started with.
Yeah, I'd like to see Lafayette come out. This is their, their best field position, as your point, and I'd love to see them just be able to sit here and just take some little pieces, a little bit at a time here. Take the little hitch or something like that where you can get it, find the seam, and give Walker a chance just to throw the football a little bit and get down the field.
Wood's going to tuck it. Walker, good running. Good. Nice run up to near the 40 by Walker. Wood pick up of about 7. Good job. He's finally tackled there by Santona Jones and also Eskins. And I've noticed, Daquan Edwards had 2 big touchdown catches last week against Boyle. They have put their best cover guy, Zion Bethel, 21 on him out there. He's got 2 picks on the season, Bill, and they put him out there on Edwards.
Good decision. Especially just early on. If you can cover that well.
Triple receivers to the bottom for Walker Wood. Second down, and they got 6. Pass out to near side. It's caught there. Up to the 40, breaking tackles close to the first down marker. And let's see, nice job there. That was Edwards. Daquan Edwards with the catch, and it looks like it's close to that marker. Depending on the mark, he may have gotten the first down.
Short.
Yeah, it's about a half a yard short. They did mark it back a little bit. 3rd and about half a yard for Lafayette. 10 minutes, 18 seconds to go. Boy, the Commonwealth Stadium right over there to the left, Bill Ransdale.
Nice.
That place will be packed tomorrow night for Southern Miss. 3rd down and less than a yard for Walker Wood, the All-Stater, going to Kentucky. Robinson to his right. Walker's going to keep it. Dive 40, got the first down, and pulled down there from behind there. Grabbing him was Nick Cardosi, the linebacker.
That's tough yards, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the 4th carry he's had now for 16 yards. I mean, after they add that 2 yards in there.
He's 3 for 3 passing, but only 10 yards.
Well, and here's the thing. Trinity is playing a 3-4. Okay, they're 3 down, and they got 4 linebackers, and then they're playing a cover 2. And they've got 2 guys rolled up on the corner, so in effect they've got 9 guys on the line of scrimmage and 2 safeties. They got to do something to find those holes in the seams here at some point.
Walker fakes now and gets up near the 45, about a yard. He faked it into the belly of the motion man and then tucked it himself for about a yard. And he played by Jermaine Jackson. They think he's going to be an all-stater, Bill. 6'2", 270 senior defensive tackle for Trinity.
Well, I mean, you touched on it earlier. I mean, they've got big guys, 250, 270, 260 again across that front line.
And a sophomore.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot to be said for that. And not many sophomores start for Trinity.
Walker Wood looking to pass. He tucks it. Wood not going anywhere and is going to lose a couple of yards.
9 guys
and
on top of him on that.
Yep.
in the pile right there, Gary.
Santana Jones, the free safety, came up to lead the charge for Trinity 3rd down. Heron helped out as well, but the sophomore, 8 minutes, 58 seconds, and it's been all Trinity. Shamrocks 21, General 0. Bill, you're playing Trinity 3rd game of the year. This is not a district game, not a city game, but a kind of a barometer game.
It is a barometer game. That's exactly what I thought of. We were talking about that earlier, and I think it's a big place to look and see where you are, and it's potential playoff down the road in November.
Walker Wood pump fakes, and he is going to be pulled down and sacked. Thought he was going to get rid of it, but Walker is sackless, who got in there to get on top of him. And for Trinity, it was Stephen Heron, the sophomore, losing about 8 yards on that. So we'll force a punt here by Lafayette.
I tell you, those are tough yards. I mean, it makes it really difficult when you're sitting there and you can't get rid of the football. Your receivers are covered outside, and Walker's being very patient as well, and trying to not make a turnover. So he's protecting the football, knowing what this is all about here, playing this Trinity team. But your receivers, if somebody has got to get open and give yourself a chance to push the football down the field.
Here's Walker Wood's punt. He's been busy. Ritchie hauls it in at the 30. Ritchie cuts it back far side. He's going to come out to the near side looking for a block, and he sidesteps a man and then finally pulled down on good coverage back at the 27-yard line. By the way, look at this stat here provided by Mike Zuckerman and WL Stats. 8 first downs, Bill Ransdell, in this first half. Just 1 first down. That first down that Walker Wood just picked up on that last drive was the first down for Lafayette in his first half.
You're not going to win many football games that way, especially against quality teams. That's all I can say about that. I mean, you got to find something else and some other way to get something done.
Blackburn is 6 for 7, 83 yards, 2
good
touchdowns.
Place to start right here with your defense.
Blackburn rolling left throws, and it's caught over there by McKinley. Ellison. McKinley was out there, but he threw it to Noah Ellison, 83.
Too much separation. Just pretty simple, little basic. Roll out to the left that time by the quarterback. The slot receiver's going to push up on the linebacker, give a little shoulder push away to get a little separation, and Blackburn throwing the ball on time. While there's the biggest separation between the receiver and the defensive back.
Running back is Jovan Smith. He is to the right of Spencer Blackburn, the 6'1" senior quarterback. Penalty flags down with 7:33 to go first half. Tomorrow night, it'll be Kentucky and Southern Miss over at Commonwealth Stadium. I tell you what, I'm loving that Jumbotron. We can see the Jumbotron on the far side from up here
you might be able to,
You know what I'm saying?
With your eyes, not mine.
I mean, it's really glitzy over there.
It is. Looks nice. Walker doesn't have far to go, does he?
No, he doesn't. And a false start against the Rocks, and that'll take them back. Trinity came in.
That was Big Douglas that jumped up in there and let everybody know he was off.
Big Savior Douglas, 5'11", 310 pounds, Billy.
Full of muscle.
That's right. Triple receivers.
Moves really well.
To the bottom, and Smith is the running back with Spencer Blackburn. He fires right side. He's got his man. Breaks a tackle at the 40 and to midfield and up into down to the 45-yard line is Ellison.
Just trips formation. I mean, you come out and they're just looking, and Lafayette comes out with a little bit, a man coverage, just trying to cover what they had in front of them. And next thing you know, it's just a little slant pass, nothing special.
Give inside now to Smith, and he got very little running room. Still keeps his feet, though. They say he wasn't tackled down to the 35, 30. He's to the 20. One man to beat, breaks his tackle. Is he going to leap in? Yes, he does. Wasn't forward progress. Stopped back here at the midfield stripe or 45-yard line. It had to be.
Face mask down there on him, too, trying to make the tackle. And then a personal foul. He's still moving his feet on the replay. He just never stopped.
Gotcha.
No, he never did. Our vantage point, we lost him for a minute. Face mask about the 10, 11-yard line, and then after the score.
Yeah, that's going to be unsportsmanlike for leaping into the end zone or doing a somersault, really. Yeah, so I think Lafayette thought he was. That's the problem.
Those
right.
two should offset.
Yeah,
and it was after. One was during the run, or they'll decline during the run, and then the Lafayette will get it on the kickoff, maybe, if I'm not mistaken.
USA Today thinks highly of Trinity. They had them moved into their Super 25. They moved to number 10 in the country this past week. Those two teams they beat out of Tennessee, Brentwood and Innsworth, state champions. So
what class they were?
Brentwood's the highest class.
Are they?
Now Innsworth's only about 3A or 3, because I know Innsworth came and played Lexington Catholic a few years ago. That's why I know about Innsworth.
I see.
Brentwood came and played.
Brentwood's always had a good squad historically, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And they're private
school.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I played with a young man that came from Brentwood back in the day, Doug Martin. He was a few years ahead of me. And he is now the head coach at New Mexico State when they come to town in 3 weeks.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You probably got good tickets for that one, don't you?
Okay. What's here? I've got tickets anyway. Lord have mercy. I don't need to go over to New Mexico State. I love him, but, I don't need to go over there with them. I do have my allegiances in the right spot.
You do. Quad receivers to the bottom for Blackburn.
This has been a problem for
First
Lafayette.
down, Blackburn rolling to the right and tries to hit his man. Is going to be run out of bounds there. So
just basic clear out. The outside three receivers, pushed up. One went outside, went deep. The other two did post inside. It's just really almost like a pick play clear out, and then your inside guy does
So obviously they
flats.
took the touchdown off the board. The touchdown didn't count. And now they're moving Trinity back even more with it looked like a kick there or trip or something against Trinity. 21-0.
Yeah, and they must have called, I guess, because he was about the 1 yard line before he flipped. So it was still he had not scored at that point, I guess.
Celebratory. That's called early early celebration. I was going to say something else.
We're early trying to enjoy and have a good time. Lafayette now has had a couple of nice breaks defensively.
Yes.
Penalties. Now it's time to get a nice turnover, get that shot in the arm, get on the board.
Well, we thought we're going to have something there, speaking of Lafayette, when Cameron Morgan popped that kick return there, and then that one player from Trinity was able to pull him down. So 6:57 here in the first, and we'll step out here on the White Greer Maggard High School Football Game of the Week.
I'm not loving my smile. I should have got braces when I was a kid. I want my teeth to be straight.
Dude, go to White Greer and Maggard. So, I see you took my advice. Better?
Oh, better.
You're not you when your teeth aren't straight. Get started at White, Greer, and Maggard today.
And Trinity has it first down at the 35-yard line. Blackburn fires right side, and it's going to be incomplete. Underthrew his receiver Smith down there at the 10, and Blackburn getting a lot of pressure. We also want to welcome to our PrepSpin broadcast Mingy Beef Jerky. Wow, that is good stuff. They brought us some up here tonight, Mingy Beef Jerky. What's your favorite, Bill Ransdale? You like the hot and spicy?
I like a little bit of all of it. I've not had that sweet and hot. Williams throwing sweet and hot up. I haven't had that.
Yeah, Mingy Beef Jerky. Welcome to the PrepSpin.
I've always had the regular, but I'm going to give that. I like the hot. I was going to have a bite earlier, but I didn't want to catch the hiccups for broadcast.
Second down. Pump fake back inside. They give it now. Running back down to the 30. And finally is going to be wrestled down at the 26-yard line. Coming up to get him was Price. Grabbing Roderick Thomas. Boy, that was a good inside handoff there.
Yeah, I thought there was something changed. We got Jedrick Wills has come in at the defensive tackle position, Gary, on the defensive side. And I'm tell you what, he is getting back into the backfield both plays now.
Special shout out, a good friend of mine, Keith Swain. He's watching down in Fort Myers, Florida, Bill Ransdale. We got him watching in almost every state tonight.
Well, he's south. He's far enough south he didn't catch any of that hurricane.
Right. 3rd down and 17 here for the Rocks.
But Jedrick's in at the defensive tackle position.
Smith goes in motion.
Look, he's the one pushing pressure.
Fire downfield, and it is going to be
great play. There it
is.
Nice play by
Picked off, trying to come out of there with it.
Get down.
And they're going to tackle him. He got down. It would have been out to 20. Instead, it's going to be at the 2-yard line. I'm not sure what. Great interception by Quantaze Cooper, who had the pick last week, pick 6. But trying to bring it out of there, they tackle him at about the 2-yard line. And the penalty flag is going to be there. Is a flag against Trinity, though. So that may help the Lafayette cause. But what a great pick by Cooper.
Oh, Cooper, Lord have mercy. He's a junior. He should know better than that. I thought he was just going to finally take a knee, but he kept fighting and fighting. I know. You got to figure you don't know where you are at that point. But great play.
He wanted to come
Great
out.
Defensive play, and that's what we're talking about. Lafayette needing something.
He picked out with one hand. I was looking right at it with the glasses.
They're bringing it out.
So they'll bring it out for
another break.
Lafayette. They'll have it at the 16-yard line instead of back inside the 2 on the pick there by Cooper. So first big turnover for Lafayette. Something positive for the Generals here halfway through the second quarter.
Top of the field, you can see where you got the slot. Down here, you got your slot guys. I mean, you've got to at some point be able to take advantage and hit that hole.
Inside handoff to Bennett, and he's hit the line, knocked down a host of. There's just too many men in the box there for Trinity as Brandon Bennett got the handoff, maybe about a yard for Big Brandon. It goes about 220, and he was hit there by Hull, the outside line. Really, there were about 4 or 5 Trinity players on top of him. Man, they really get helmets to the ball, don't they, Bill?
Yes, they do. They do a fine job. They're very well coached, obviously, but the discipline and they execute extremely well.
Bennett in at running back with Walker, twin receivers both sides. Walker looking to pass, stepping up right, being pursued, lets it go. It's caught up at the 30 and to the 33-yard line. Walker let it go just as soon as he was hit, and it's caught by Guilfoyle and Walker Wood. That's going to be a penalty against Lafayette. Yeah, they're going to call a flag against Lafayette. I don't think Austin Miller liked the hit that was put on his quarterback, really, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Trinity's doing a fine job of being able. That time the pressure came from inside, and I think it was the linebacker. I couldn't tell if it was Martin or Cardassi, but what they did was they brought the one backer and then they looped the backer back around the backside. You could see Lafayette kicking out to try to pick him up, but it's a delay. But that's what forced Walker out of the pocket. Like you said, a great job of just being able to stand in there to the very bitter end.
Under a lot of duress.
And deliver a strike.
8 of 11 for Blackburn. Walker Wood 4 for 4, but they'll take that one back with the penalty. 5:10 to go here in the first half, and now Lafayette backed up inside their own 10-yard line. They've got to get out to the 27 for a first down, second down for the Generals. Triple receivers to the bottom for Wood. Wood fires out there. It's caught. And it breaks a tackle at the 15, and Guilfoyle up to the 17-yard. Guilfoyle will play on Saturdays, folks. He is a junior. He's an outstanding receiver. Guilfoyle is 6'1", 195, 10 catches coming in, and you saw what he's able to do there after he catches the football, Bill. He's able to get some positive yards. Now you got a manageable third down in about 8.
Yeah, and you saw Walker's gone to him the last 2 plays. I mean, he's obviously his go-to guy, and you got to find a couple more guys to be able to spread that ball around. Once you start getting the ball down the field a little bit like these last few plays, then you can sit there and get that D-line moving for Trinity a little bit and give yourself a chance to bring the ball back inside.
Quentin Brown, who had a great game last week, he's out to the bottom. Walker Wood looking. Wood getting pressure, rolls out of it. Walker looking to pass, fires downfield, and it's going to be incomplete up at the 35. Brings up 4th down, and Lafayette will have to punt the ball away to Trinity. Intended receiver up there, I believe, was Brown. No, Edwards, they say, was the intended target.
Great job of Wood just escaping the pocket. gave it that, what I always say is that patented Elway move, spins back away, blindly back all the way back around to his left, and, bought some more time. Just good coverage that time by Trinity on the defense all the way across the field.
Walker Wood will punt once again. We'll look at the punting at halftime, but he's been busy. I believe that's his fourth punt, high punt. Not very deep. Richie watches it bounce and goes out of bounds. Official right there waiting to mark it, and he's going to come down and mark it about the 45, close to the 45-yard line. That's where Trinity will have it. They have just had some unbelievable field position, Bill Ransdell, when you look at where Trinity. They have started two drives now in Lafayette territory.
Yeah, it makes it really difficult when you're trying to, it's one thing on your players, it's another thing for coaches, too, to sit there and try to, you're playing from behind. And, on the Trinity sideline, it makes it pretty simple. You've gotten a short field, and, heck, you get up and get down and, catch, Lafayette's on their heels.
Hand off right side, Roderick Thomas, and the big bulldozer plunges down to the 38-yard line. Run out of bounds over there. When I say big, Roderick Thomas, 6 foot, 205 senior, and Bill Ransdell, he was up for National Player of the Week last week. Thomas was.
Strong.
Picked up 7 on that. Thomas so far in this game, 7 carries, 40 yards. Smith has 5 carries, 75 yards. Fake to Thomas. Blackburn pass, wide open receiver to the 25, down to the 20. Tackled down inside the 20-yard line on the catch there, and that was made by Hoffman, the tight end.
Yeah, Fishback again. He's getting caught, with his eyes in the backfield between he and they're working him over pretty good. He's watching the game a little too much instead of paying attention to his keys there, but good job of recovering.
Smith and Thomas. They give to Thomas. He gets a block from Smith. Dances back inside. He's to the 10, and he's down to the 5-yard line. Roderick Thomas for Trinity. Cooper making the stop there for the defense of Lafayette with 4 minutes and 24 to go in the first half. And
there's some subs already working on Lafayette's defense. I can't even get the numbers in there real quick, but Trinity's line is having its way.
Give to Thomas, trying to get it outside, trying to get to the corner, and Thomas lowers his shoulder and gets in for the touchdown. 5-yard TD run by Roderick Thomas. And it is now Trinity 27, Lafayette nothing here, 4:10 to go before halftime.
Woo!
Thomas now with 10 carries, 66 yards in the touchdown. Their running backs have 15 carries, 141 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half. That's credit to that O-line, isn't it, Billy?
Well, it is. I mean, and they've got 134 yards passing, 9 of 12. I mean, 287 yards total right now, Gary, and still got 4 minutes left in the half.
Zach Williams with the extra point. He's perfect. So with 4 minutes and 10 seconds, it is Trinity 28, Lafayette nothing. We'll come back with the first half action here on the White Greer Maggard High School Football Game of the Week on PrepSpin.com.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up in all sports. Pick it up in all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com. Locally owned and operated since 1972.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Kentucky's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact,
Newcomb and Morgan back deep to receive this kick coming from Zach Williams of Trinity. And Trinity here late in the first half, they lead 28-0 over this good Lafayette team. That kick's going to be touched back in the back of the end zone. When I say good Lafayette team, Bill Ransdell, this is a team that went to the state championship last year, Lafayette. Played Louisville Male, who was number 8 in the country. Lost that state championship, but came back with a lot of players. And then you're scheduling, you played Trinity there last year, so you reciprocate. They come to your house this year. It's the third game of the year, and as we said, it's really a barometer game. But right now, number 10 in the country, Trinity looking like number 10 in the country.
No question. I mean, they're doing everything. They're executing. I mean, you look at the time of possession right now, it's pretty even, but 287 yards of offense versus 24.
So now Lafayette lining up with the full house. They got Walker Wood, Javarius Robinson to his right, and QB Brown to the left at the 20-yard line. Wood gives to Brown on a sweep. Brown and trying to break tackles up to the 23. That's one thing about Trinity. When they get you, they usually bring you down. Talking about their defense. Stephen Herron made the play. Very
solid fundamentally year in and year out. Tackling, you're not going to see many broken tackles. You're going to see good wrapping up by the defense, and when they get on you, on a block, they stay with you pretty good as well.
If you miss a lot of tackles on Trinity, you're probably going to be on the sidelines. Second down for Walker Wood, rolling to the left. Getting pressure, steps up, throws it down. He's got a receiver down there, and it's a great catch to the 48-yard line by who else? Edwards. Daquan Edwards went up and got the ball. What a great job.
He waved it off.
Oh, he waved it off. I thought Edwards went up and got it, Bill.
I thought he did, too. He did a heck of a job going up and engaging it, used his body between the defensive back and the football, and went up and made a great catch.
Must have dropped it, blocked from our vision way up here in the box. Let's take a look at it again here on replay. And
ball just hung a little bit.
As he came down, he must have dropped it right there because he definitely caught the ball when he was up in the air. So came out when he went down. So 3rd down and 8 for Walker Wood. 3.5 to play first half. Wood looking, getting pressure, eludes it. Steps up, throws it, caught, and it's going to be up to the 30, but it's going to be about a yard shy of the first down on the catch there by Noah Phillips. So Phillips with the catch, but it's going to be about a half a yard shy of the first down.
You don't want to get too crazy at this point. I know you got to be sitting there frustrated a little bit, but you sure don't want to give Trinity too much if at this point. But Walker Wood is your punter as well. And it looks like they're only sitting about 10 yards.
The thing is, Phillips has got to know where that first down marker is.
Yeah. Well, Wood did a nice job just being able to duck his shoulder and give himself a chance to get the ball out with one of the Trinity D lineman came blowing in, and
he probably was beyond that first down marker, wasn't he, Phillips? And like you said, the Trinity DB made a great play.
Yeah.
Richie back to receive this punt again. 2.5 to play first half, and Trinity leads. Here's Walker Wood, been the busiest guy on the field, and the punt is low. Might have hit a player. It was partially blocked, and Lafayette watch it roll down to the 43-yard line, and that's where they'll touch it down. Trinity will have it. Trinity Shamrocks 28. Lafayette Generals nothing here in the first half at Ishmael Stadium.
I think it was 53 Robbie Lewis for Trinity that came free. Had a free, it might have just caught just a little bit of the ball.
Got a big mitt on it?
He did. It looked like it. I'm getting a little glare with my vantage point here with the lights a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. That's why sometimes the binoculars really narrow it down for you. Twins both sides for the Shamrocks.
Jedrick Wills is in at the defensive tackle for Lafayette, Gary, right down here.
Yeah, they did that a lot last year with Landon Young and Jed. Blackburn fakes, back to pass. Blackburn looking left, airs it out downfield. Receiver down there stretching out, incomplete. Down inside the 10-yard line, Smith, the intended receiver, as Spencer Blackburn aired it out down there.
Well, Lafayette had plenty of guys covering. We ended up with 4 guys.
Yep.
Chasing one, and Blackburn threw a nice ball out there where either his guy gets it or nobody gets it.
He threw that about 50 yards, didn't he, in the air? 45 maybe?
He did.
Spencer Blackburn. Well, they've had some good quarterbacks at Trinity.
Well, haven't they?
How far, William? So from the 35, he threw it about 55 yards in the air. Blackburn getting pressure from, and he is going to be sacked. Big time defensive play. Coming there to get him was the linebacker, and great job.
Yeah, I think Wills was in there.
Yeah,
got a nice
McCoy.
push.
Yeah, Trajan McCoy, the big DN in there, the young man that I rave about all the time. He's a specimen.
Yeah, when you get a guy like, the 2 series ago, Wills was in, and he got a nice push up in the middle of that line. When you start getting that kind of push, when you get some type of, get into the backfield, then it makes everything. The quarterback has to start moving, and it changes the angles of all the other, your other defensive guys, but also it hurts the offensive linemen because they don't know who's going where.
Right. Timeout, minute 42 to go before halftime, and Trinity's come out and, boy, just started their first opening series, Bill Ransdell. They went right through Lafayette, drove it down 56 yards, 54 yards for the touchdown. And, of course, Blackburn has 2 touchdown passes on 9 of 11 passing, 134 yards. Walker Woods 5 for 7. But the rushing, as you referenced, Bill, the rushing, the big difference. Jovan Smith and Roderick Thomas, 15 carries, 141 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. They've got 143 yards total.
Yeah.
Here, look at this. This tells you right here what's going on. The time of possessions are virtually even. 11 minutes each. First downs, Trinity executing 12, Lafayette 1.
12 first downs to 1. And what that means, too, is even though possession is even, it means they've had some big plays. Blackburn has Smith behind him. He's got split out to the top, McKinley. And to the bottom is going to be Ellison and also Strothman. Minute 42.
Right now, on pre-alignment, Lafayette has got 5 guys in the box. 6 guys in the box. See it?
Right.
6 in the box. Everybody else, they're sitting there with an umbrella with their defensive backs and everything. This is where you run in the box. You usually run it right here.
Wills is in there to try to wreak havoc in the middle. Big number 73. He's coming in. Here comes pressure. And Blackburn hits his running back Smith. He is going to be tackled at the 34-yard line. Good play by Ian Shaw and company.
And the jailbreak that's a way to come back in and take advantage of it. The same thing.
So they force a punt by Trinity. Trinity hasn't punted today.
Good defensive series that time by the defense, and I tell you, it makes a difference when you got somebody on the D line that can put some pressure and get inside. And make the other quarterback move around a little bit. Just make him a little uncomfortable. Blackburn's proven, as you've touched on the last few weeks, he's been very effective, and starting out tonight. So make him uncomfortable.
Newcomb back deep to receive this punt. Bounces at the 30. Newcomb watches it roll back inside the 25, and that's where Trinity will touch it down. Lafayette will have a 23. Minute 6 to go, first half. Louisville Trinity on top of Lafayette here at Ishmael Stadium. Gary Ball, Bill Ransdell, William Warfield.
Good time to have a 2-minute drill right here before the half and put score up on the board for Lafayette. You go in and come back second half, you start with the football.
Lafayette Generals, they got all the way to the state championship in 6A last year, played Louisville Male. They scrimmaged Male here a few weeks ago. We did that game, and they're the number ones for Lafayette outplayed the number ones for Mayo. Walker Wood out of that shotgun again. Looks left, getting pressure. Wood being chased by the linebacker. Martin and then Martin's going to pull him down at the 30. What great hustle there by Martin. Ian Martin, the linebacker. Isaac Martin, excuse me.
Yeah, nice effort by him. Nice effort by Wood, just getting out of the pocket that time and being able to find something. Trinity's secondary doing a great job of just not giving Wood anything, as far as any kind of separation on his receivers.
Walker rolling to the left, fires, and it's going to be incomplete up at the 35, trying to go up there to Guilfoyle. Brings up 3rd down and 2, and that stops the clock with 35 seconds before halftime. We think Jenny Williams is going to make her way up here, the fine athletic trainer with UK Sports, the trainer for Lafayette. We think we're going to have her as a special guest at halftime, Bill Ransdell.
How about that?
Talk to Jenny.
That kicks me out of my chair, doesn't
it? No, not necessarily. You can speak with if you'd like. By the way, we got to talk.
I know how it works, buddy.
Got to speak with Walker Wood's mother tonight before the game, Wesley Wood. Pass and incomplete, and the Trinity defensive back, Santana Jones, was right on top of that one, wasn't he, number 10?
He was, and they're trying to hit a few little quick ones, just trying to get the first down, and Trinity just sitting on everything right now, Gary. You're not being able to spread, not getting sideline to sideline, not running this D line. They're just sitting there and pinning their ears back along with the linebackers, and good defensive game plan at this point. I think it's they get out of here with at the 28-0 at the half. They start with the football the second half, go in and have some, get on the board with their coaches and have some adjustments. They've been able to see what Trinity's doing any differently.
Walker Wood shanks that punt straight up. It's going to hit and take a Trinity roll back at the 30-yard line. So that's where to be down on the Walker Wood punt there and Quentin Brown did a good job of. So they'll have it at the 30. You're wondering maybe if you're Lafayette, you're probably thinking maybe we should have just taken a couple knees and ran the clock out, but that's hindsight's 20/20.
Well, yeah, and you could have gone for it at this point if you knew the kick was going to be like that as well.
Right.
If you had not gotten it, but this is danger zone right here. With there's no reason if you're Trinity to let up the gas right now. You want to go after it, and you've got at least 3 or 4 shots to the end zone, but you've got some timeout, so they've got a really, you talk about that short field all night they've had. This is probably their best field position all night.
So Trinity starts at the 30 of Lafayette on that 8-yard punt.
Single man coverage now coming down here.
Spencer Blackburn
got him.
Pressure, throws it down the right side. He's got his receiver down there, and it's going to be caught. Touchdown by Trinity by Smith.
It wasn't, it just, you can see it set up when he came in motion. It just, you end up with a one-on-one out here, and that's what coaches like to do when you can get a mismatch and your guy against it, and, Blackburn just throws it up, and it just sits there and kind of hangs, It's like a spinning top for a second, and then, you get a young man that's effective and knows what he's doing, with Smith, and he uses the ball, he gets his ball. And
you know what? That's a pretty good cover guy, Cooper, back there with him, too.
Yeah, well, and he just put his back between him and the ball and, then reached out and got it. So
34-0 now, Trinity.
Good execution by that young man.
Coming in for the extra point is Williams.
Will that hurt?
And it is with 15 seconds. It is Trinity 35 and Lafayette nothing. We'll return here to the White Greer Maggard High School football game of the week here on PrepSpin.
White Greer and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash.
Golf, and it's going to be a squib kick down the near side, and it'll be scooped up by Morgan 10. Cameron running over to the far side and upended at the 12-yard line. With just 10 seconds to go here before halftime. And it's been all Louisville Trinity, number 1 ranked team in the state, number 10 ranked team in the country, leading the state's number 3 ranked 6A team Lafayette. And right now, be quite honest about it, in convincing fashion, 35-0 here just before halftime.
Well, nothing you can really say. You can see what's happening. Trinity at this point has executed their game plan, I think, to a T.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't think you look to have the ball with 20 seconds left before the half, but had that play in their book, in their playbook to go get another one to make it 35-0 right there.
Javarius Robinson dives up for a decent run there. That should do it for the first half. Cardassi making the stop for Trinity. Well, that's going to do it. We head to the locker rooms, and it's all Trinity. Louisville Trinity 35, Lexington Lafayette nothing here at halftime. We'll return to halftime here on the White Greer Maggard High School football game of the week.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts were sent last year with Whitaker Bank text banking.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No. You are not White, Greer, and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White, Greer, and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No. Sorta you isn't you. White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank's Kentucky education initiatives.
Whitaker Bank has contributed almost $441,000 to education programs for the advancement of Kentucky's youth.
We share your passion, Kentucky.
Love the bank that loves you back.
Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
I'm not loving my smile. I should have got braces when I was a kid. I want my teeth to be straight.
Dude, go to White, Greer, and Maggard. So, I see you took my advice. Better?
Oh, better.
You're not you when your teeth aren't straight. Get started at White, Greer, and Maggard today.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Kentucky's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to
And welcome back here to halftime. Gary Ball. I'm joined by Jenny Williams from UK Sports Medicine. Jenny, I'm going to get a couple quick scores in here, okay?
Perfect.
Dunbar leads Stage Creek 77-6. That's the end of the first. At halftime, it is Scott County leading Highlands 21-20. Henry Clay leading Clark County 20-0 at half. Here at halftime, Jenny, it is unfortunately for Lafayette fans, Trinity 35,
right.
Lafayette nothing. Does it have any earmarks of last year's game at Trinity at all?
You know, it seems so long ago. We've played
Yeah.
so many games since then, and unfortunately the score looks a little bit like last year, but
this is a good Lafayette team. I mean, it's a
They are.
very, very good Trinity team. They've been able to take Lafayette out of a lot of their stuff. But one thing, we want to, of course, say thanks for the UK Sports Medicine sponsorship here on PrepSpin.
Thank
Tell
you.
us about that and how you feel about that affiliation.
Well, yeah, this year having UK Sports Medicine as a partner with PrepSpin has been great. It's been one more way that we've been able to showcase the athletic trainers in our sports medicine clinic in the area and have a new audience for that, to be able to share how much that we work to keep these athletes healthy and safe while they're
Yes, you do.
participating in sports.
UK Sports Medicine, you're the athletic trainers for all the Fayette County public schools.
Right, and middle schools.
And
high
middle schools.
Yep.
When did you take over the middle schools? Was that last few years?
Oh my gosh, it's probably been about 7 or 8 years.
Right.
When
So-
I've been at Lafayette for 16 years, so things
Right.
kind of run together.
Right. And you were here when the field was even flipped. They were
Right.
They were running the other way.
Exactly.
This is
In the
new stuff.
grass, in the dirt. Yes.
Well, Jenny, tell us about things going on at Lafayette. I mean, you do stuff more than just for the football team.
Absolutely. You know, I take care of every sport through KHSAA that's a sanctioned sport here at Lafayette. So, you know, when we get done late tonight, I'll be at volleyball for Lafayette volleyball tournament tomorrow morning. You know, taking care of our soccer teams, our boys team and girls teams are doing really well. Cross country, golf. You know, every sport, everything that goes on campus, that's what I'm here for.
And we'd be remiss if we didn't mention the Scholastic Ball Report TV
Right.
show in its 14th year. You all been part of that.
Right.
Rob Ullery is on, and our show premieres Sunday at 12:30
Great.
on the CW Lexington. And
Good.
Rob, of course, always does a great job.
He does.
Our team of the week, by the way, Henry Clay Volleyball.
Well, good. They're always a really excellent volleyball team.
Yeah, number 17 in the country.
Yeah.
Right now. Coached by Del Groupie. And also we have a feature on the great running back, Justin McIntyre from East. Jess, you'll know about this.
Right.
Went down with that knee injury 3 minutes into the season.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, sometimes those things happen, and that's one of the hardest things to deal with is, you know, having to deal with an athlete who knows that they're not going to be able to get out onto their field of play for the rest of that season. And unfortunately, was he a senior?
Yes.
So for the rest of his high school career, he's done. But there's still so many more ways that he can stay involved with the team that the athletic trainer helps with, you know, and his teammates to make sure he's still part of the team.
I'm not going to ask you the thing that you like least about being an athletic trainer. What is it you like most about being an athletic trainer? Is it just the relationship you build with all these coaches
absolutely.
and players and parents?
You know, that's one of my favorite parts is just seeing them grow up, seeing them mature, the relationships.
Yep.
You know, like you said, with coaches, athletes, parents, everybody. But, I mean, I'm getting paid right now as my job to be here on a Friday night in this beautiful weather
Yes.
to watch a football game. The band's playing right now.
Yeah, and they're a pretty good band, by the way.
You couldn't ask for much better, I don't think.
Well, Jenny, we certainly appreciate PrepSpin, all the help you all give us at PrepSpin, and thanks for being a corporate partner
Thank you.
this year, and also the ball report on CW.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure we'll see you out there.
I'll be out there in a few weeks.
Thank you, Jen.
Thanks.
That's Jenny Williams, our fine friend from UK Sports Medicine, one of the big corporate partners on PrepSpin. Unfortunately for Lafayette, it's all Trinity here at halftime, 35-0. We'll come back, and Bill Ransdell will give you some numbers here. Thanks to Jenny Williams, our great partner at UK Sports Medicine. As we hear the Lafayette band firing it up out there, they're outstanding. We'll come back with more. We want to thank all of our sponsors tonight, including White, Greer, and Maggard, our title sponsor here on PrepSpin. We'll be back with halftime, more halftime after this.
White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
And thanks to those fine folks at Whitaker Bank and also all of our sponsors tonight, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet. We want to tell you about Sutherland Chevrolet over in Nicholasville. They're home of the great staff over there, Sutherland Chevrolet. We're at halftime. Gary Ball, Bill Ransdale, William Warfield, thanks to Jenny Williams from UK. Boy, she does a great job with those athletic trainers at UK Sports Medicine, Billy. Talking about Jenny Williams.
Yeah.
Been 16 years she's been the trainer here now at Lafayette.
That's awesome for Lafayette. I mean, to have that consistency, and then, you know, there's a lot if people haven't been over there to UK and what they do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to coordinate that with all the high schools and to have that I mean, they execute extremely well. You talk about, you know, football teams or what have you, but any organization, they really do a nice job. And Jenny, again, though, having somebody consistent like that all across that you know you can go to, that's great for
And
Lafayette.
I asked her what she liked most about being an athletic trainer, and she said it's building up the friendships and relationships with the players,
They
the
last
parents,
forever.
the coaches, and all the people around the sport. She covers all the sports, not just football, volleyball, the track, everybody. Jenny's the athletic trainer for the whole school, does a tremendous job, and we certainly appreciate UK Sports Medicine being one of our corporate partners on PrepSpin.
And they do a great job. I mean, with those guys. I mean, they just been doing it. I mean, I remember when I, you know, from coaching and having the trainers on our teams, you know, with our high school teams that I was with, to when I played and the training staff there. I mean, it's just, there's a lot to it.
There is. And Billy, we've
And
got
lots of folks.
Lots of folks. We've got some numbers there to pass along, some halftime numbers here. You've got the stats. Thanks to Mike Zuckerman and Mark Maloney from WL Stats for providing us with these WL Stats.
Yeah, you know, the big thing you start looking at, I mean, it's interesting to me, Gary, you know, time of possession, it's funny. It's, I mean, other than, you know, 20 seconds, it's dead even.
Yeah.
12 minutes and 10 seconds for Lafayette, 11:50 for Trinity. Big difference. You know, Lafayette's punted the ball 6 times already for 25-yard average. Third down efficiency. Trinity has only found themselves there 5 times, and have executed and gotten it to 4 out of 5.
And that keeps moving those chains, and that keeps setting up. Of course, the quarterback is really on the night. Blackburn, 11 of 15, 196 yards, 3 touchdowns in the first half. Hadn't thrown a touchdown all year.
Yeah, and, you know, we were talking about that pregame off the air a little bit, and it's just one of those things everybody that you and I have spoken to have spoken, you know, they praised him, you know, very well. And we were just saying, you know, it's got to be something. Hopefully it's just not an explosion tonight on Lafayette. Lafayette 1 of 7 on third down conversion.
Yeah.
Big number, 32 plays for Trinity. 339 yards, 10.5 yards per play. 22 total plays for Lafayette and only 45 yards. So, you know, that's going to be difficult. And then the other big thing that jumps out is 14 first downs for Trinity, which if you're going to have that kind of yardage, you should have first downs, and then only 1 for Lafayette.
Right. Individually, Walker Wood was 5 of 9 passing, 28 yards. Rushing 8 carries, 20 yards, but the rushing just not there, Billy, as you said, for the Lafayette running backs. Look at Javarius Robinson, their leading back, 3 carries, 4 yards on those 3 carries.
Well, and 2 of the guys for Lafayette, you got Bennett and Robinson and Brown. 3 of them all have negative yards rushing right now. So, you know, that's a tough thing right there when you look at it as far as where they are. And, you know, Walker's their leading rusher with 20 yards, and, you know, obviously is passing. And then Guilfoyle is 2 receptions for 11 yards, but you just got to be able to somehow get something going on rushing when you got your main guys all negative yardage.
Yeah.
You know, you got to get something up front going.
And we'll see what Lafayette can get going up front. They trail 35 to nothing here at halftime. to the Louisville Trinity Shamrocks. And Lafayette has Boone County next Friday up in Florence, Kentucky at Irv Goody Field. And at, of course, that will be at Owen Houck Stadium. They named that stadium after Owen Houck, Irv Goody Field. Thanks to the Lafayette High School football boosters. They're bringing us food and drinks and everything up here in the box. We'll take a break, come back, and then we'll have the second half here. It'll be Lafayette and Trinity. Trinity leads 35-0 here on the White Greer Maggard Game of the Week.
White Greer and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky. By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts were sent last year with Whitaker Bank text banking.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No. You are not White Greer and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White Greer and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Sorta you isn't you. White Greer and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank's Kentucky education initiatives.
Whitaker Bank has contributed almost $441,000 to education programs for the advancement of Kentucky's youth.
We share your passion, Kentucky.
Love the bank that loves you back.
Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Welcome back for second half action. Gary Ball, Bill Ransdell, William Warfield here on PrepSpin. Louisville Trinity dominated the first half. They lead 35-0 here over Lexington Lafayette. We're just about set for the second half. Zach Williams set to kick off for Trinity. Lafayette will receive to start the second half. And back deep is Newcomb. He is to the near side, and we may have a new return man over there. Looks like a new return man over to the far side for Lafayette, trying to get a number. Hard to see those numbers on those.
It is.
On the far side of the field, but that is a new return man. I know it is Newcomb to the bottom. Here's Zach Williams into it for Trinity, and it will be in the back of the end zone, touchback anyway back there. So Lafayette will start. Bill Ransdell, what do the Generals need to do here offensively in the first half? They were able to only come up with 45 yards of football offense in the first half on 22 plays.
They got to put themselves in a set to be able to. Trinity has the corners rolled up, so they're trying to take away the quick there. Okay, so then you go inside, and you either have the slot guy or you have trips. You got to be able to sit there and find a hole in there, or give Walker Wood enough time to be able to take advantage of the seams or something in there to be able to just move the football, Gary, to start out and just move the chains and get that first down and work on a drive here. Get that second first down and start getting a little confidence here.
Walker Wood pump fakes, going to tuck it. He's up to the 25, and Walker with a little bit of a nice run there to the 27-yard line, and the linebacker Martin coming over. And any more shout-outs tonight? We gave a shout-out to Sergeant Anthony Steinman watching over in Iraq. He's watching his son, outstanding linebacker Brandon Lane. Also gave a shout-out. We had folks, the Haynes were watching in Rhode Island. Daniel Broadwater was watching in Langhorne, Pennsylvania. And Cotton and Jane Walker watching in Knoxville, Tennessee.
And I have my daughter Tanner that's on her way in from
Tanner.
Alabama, if she's listening.
Wood leaps up to the 27. Walker's going to be a couple of yards shy. You don't think about Trinity. I've covered them over the years. Probably one of the better Trinity. Everybody talks about that Brian Brown, Michael Bush game, which was a phenomenal game.
Unbelievable game.
The game I remember is when Jeff Brom was quarterback for Trinity. They came up and played Boone County in a championship game. The winner went to the state finals. And it went into overtime. It was snowing that night up at Irv Goody Field in Florence. And that was a terrific high school game. I said that night on the radio, I said, Jeff Brown looks like Fran Tarkington out here running around. We can't tackle him. Now he's the head ball coach at Western Kentucky University. What a year he had last year, Billy.
He did.
You and I went to that championship game.
It was a great game. I hope they do something to keep him.
Walker Wood trying to get that first down. Trinity Walker trying to get it outside. First down, leaps up to the 33. Something positive here for the Generals of Lafayette. Walker Wood leaping up for the first down.
Yeah, and that's not the way I was saying to do it.
Right.
I mean, he ends up running the football every time. He's leading rusher right now, but you can only do it. You're going to wear him out pretty quick, but I sure hope that the bottom line is you can sit there and get Trinity's defense moving a little, Gary,
right.
And get something and try to get spread some things out and find somebody down the field here. Get a little time. Get that D line tired a little bit. They haven't been out there enough.
Javarius Robinson's to the left of Walker Wood. Quick pass out to the Quentin Brown, QB. He's hit, and he's going to be pulled down. And let's see, coming out there, Santana Jones, and also one of the corners, and that was Luke Eskins, the strong safety. I'll tell you what, there are just so many helmets to the football here for Trinity. Lafayette with 9:52 to go here in this third quarter.
Lafayette only had, before that 22 plays in the half. So that's all the defense has been on the field. And that D-line has not had enough running at this point to really even, I don't think, breathe hard.
Walker Wood, little screen over to Brown. Brown tries to cut it upfield, and he's going to take it up to about the 33. Maybe the original line of scrimmage, and that's it. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Even the screen passes to like Brown, who's normally a great yak guy, yards after catch. Trinity's got 3 or 4 guys over there on the ball.
Well, they're doing it as they do a lot of times, I'm sure, into the short side of the field or to your bench, which in this case it's both for Lafayette. The problem being that Trinity's recovery and as far as their speed sideline to sideline is a little different than I think than what they're used to.
Walker Wood, and that pass is caught by Guilfoyle up to the 40, and he's pulled down on another great open field tackle, and that's Eskins again. Luke Eskins making another play. Now to force a punt here. And the punt last time, but Walker Wood only went about, 8 yards?
I don't even know if he got that for a pot. They stopped it, and they could have gone for it and still ended up in better shape. I think it was a negative punt. But
So Richie, who does all the returning, kicking and punts, is back to return for the Shamrocks. 8 minutes, 25 seconds. Shout out to Bridget DeVries. She's watching tonight, former commissioner. Here's the punt, high punt.
That could be trouble.
Fair catch called by Richie at the 37. Now you know why they got him in there returning everything. He's got great hands. 22 for Trinity at the 37-yard line. And, of course, Kentucky and Southern Miss tomorrow night at Commonwealth Stadium. We're looking right over at Commonwealth Stadium from high atop the press box here at Ismail Stadium. What a great view that is. The lights are on over there at Commonwealth, and you're just waiting for about, 60,000 fans to get in there tomorrow night.
I hope everybody shows up and just has everything going and cranking it up. They're over there. You can see they're going through their pregame over there, working the big monitors you were referencing.
Right. So here comes Trinity. They were just a machine in the first half. Spencer Blackburn is their senior quarterback, number 5, and he rolls, looks left, fires over there. Almost picked. Great anticipation. Did we get a late flag? Yes, we did, as the Trinity receiver goes down. Looks like they connected there. Cameron Morgan. The intended receiver was Noah Ellison, and he's shaken up a little bit. I think we did get a flag on that, didn't we? Yeah, there was a flag down.
I think it was Morgan.
Cameron Morgan, yeah, corner, the junior. So Lafayette will have Boone County next week. And I'm trying to remember from my schedule who Trinity has. I know they got Mail coming up shortly. I don't know if it's next week, but it may be, because Mail gets right into district play, I believe. So let's we'll look at Trinity here after this play. I'll tell you that Trinity schedule. Here is Blackburn, low snap, picks it up, throws down the middle deep, got a receiver there, overshoots him down at the 10-yard line.
Tell you what, Blackburn's got a really strong arm. I mean, he's sitting back there at the 42-yard line and still is able to, jump up and kind of throw it and lands at the 10.
Yeah, how about Trinity playing Lafayette number 3 tonight, play number 2 Mail next Friday at Trinity.
That ought to be a heck of a game. Trinity's not ranked 2, you said.
Yeah, the rankings came out. Bluegrass Preps, I believe, had Trinity number 1, right? William, that's the one we go by, and they had Mail 2. Lafayette was 3. St. X was 4, and Scott County was 5. That was the Bluegrass Preps poll.
Well, counter.
Handoff to Roderick Thomas, and it's a great open field tackle on the far side for Lafayette. Let's get a beat on that young man. That might have been Morgan again.
I think it was. Nice job. There's some good, exciting defense there. It's just fundamental football, tackle. You had a chance, you're one-on-one, and you make the play. Now you come back and you put them behind the count.
That's right.
3rd and 11. I don't know that they've had 3rd and 11 that I recall.
I don't think they have either. But looking at some stats, Blackburn 11 of 16 just needs a 4-yard pass to go over 200 yards for the first time this year. Only came in with 140 yards passing. He had that in the first half. Blackburn sets, throws deep, and back and almost picked off. I tell you what, if you hadn't overthrown that so poorly, there is a flag down at the 32-yard line. I'll tell you what, if that wasn't thrown so poorly, that would have been picked off. But he threw that one.
And in the double coverage, I'm kind of shocked that he did at that point. It looked like I couldn't see the entire route if they were doing a corner posting and a corner on the very back side, because he had 2 other receivers down here in front of me.
Right. Don't forget, high school sports partner with PrepSpin this year. The Scholastic Ball Report TV show will premiere Season 14 this Sunday at 12:30. Doug Flynn, my co-host, the Glue, we call him, the Glue, Doug Flynn. And that'll be Sunday at 12:30 on the CW.
He was wanting to be kept abreast of what was going on.
Yeah, Doug is who doesn't love Doug Flynn? He's a great guy, Billy.
Oh, I think a lot of them.
You golf in his outing every year, the Children's Charity Golf Classic. So that penalty.
He's one of those guys, he asks you say, how can I help?
Yep, how can I help you out? 3rd down at about a yard for Blackburn. Sends Roderick Thomas now to line up in the backfield with him to his right.
They need penetration.
Yes, they do. And Blackburn gives to Thomas. There's that penetration, but he breaks the tackle, great effort by Lafayette. He broke the tackle in the backfield. Big 54 there had him. Simpson. Desmond Simpson making a well of a play.
Yep, nice. That's what another play that Lafayette needed to execute. Really nice job. Got back in the backfield, pushed everything back, gave the rest of the defense for Lafayette a chance to use their speed and come on in and finish the play.
So 4th down and 2. First 4th down Trinity's been faced with tonight. Blackburn rolling to the right. Blackburn's got the first down and more down to the 30-yard line. He picked up about 7, only needed 2. First down, Trinity, 6 minutes, 41 seconds in the third period. And
I remember when Trinity used to run that. I mean, it's pretty much right there in their playbook when they're needing something. They always have that QB where they can just roll out to the trips and find that hole, because when you get that trips, you're going to get a big spacing.
Yeah, and
usually.
the only time they didn't run a lot, to be honest, was when they had Brian Brown.
Yeah.
They've ran it with almost every other quarterback. Of course, Brian was more of a passer. Looking for the receiver to set it slot, and here's Blackburn sliding, fakes now a little pass, incomplete.
Good pressure.
A little drag to the tight end, Hoffman, incomplete.
It was just a little counter. It was just a little counter, but just a little bootleg. I mean, it was a nice job, and I want to say that was. I think that was on the outside there. Was that Shaw or Cowan? Maybe Cowan. Was it Cowan up top? But he did a great job of getting inside and putting the pressure on Blackburn. And then, when he came in, the blocking guy was the one that released out there, but he was so quick with it, it forced Blackburn to lead him a little too much. Good defensive effort there.
Give to Roderick Thomas, and he is ankle tackled on a good play by Ian Shaw. Ian Shaw grabbed him, said, "You're going nowhere," this time, number 3. Ian Shaw, I tell you what, Ian Shaw, of course, the son of the head coach, 6'1", 215-pound junior quarterback. There are going to be a lot of colleges calling on him next year when he's a senior. He is a fine football player.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's got the pedigree like his daddy did. He understands football.
Yeah. I mean, Eric played for the Bengals. Eric Shaw played NFL. And, I mean, played. He played a lot, didn't he, Billy?
Yes, he did.
He wasn't just a bench warmer or one of those practice players. He played. Third down for Blackburn.
Is this the jailbreak again?
Blackburn getting pressure, steps up. Blackburn down the middle. He cuts it over to the 20, 15. Blackburn to 10, to 5. All the way down inside the 5-yard line before he's finally tackled, first and goal. And Morgan there saved him from taking it in the end zone.
Boy, it's tough. I mean, when you got a young man that's as athletic as he is, you've got all these weapons when you're sitting there and putting Smith. I mean, you're putting everybody, you just run them out there, and then you got some receivers that can catch the football, and then you got the wheels like he has. He's done a really nice job of, running the football as well.
And I've noticed something, though, about Trinity's bench. They have not brought the usual 125 players they usually bring. Looked like they got maybe about 60 or 70 dressed out tonight.
I was noticing that in pregame.
Hand off to Thomas, getting the block, and he's going to get in. Does he break the plane? The official, yes, says he broke the plane. Touchdown. Roderick Thomas.
Blackburn's got 4 for 36 yards. I mean, it's just really when they've needed a first down, if you think about it, other than that last play there.
Now, they'll stop the clock there on the touchdown. That makes it 41-0, but from here on out, we'll have a running clock. The mercy rule.
And then remind me, if
the only way it can be stopped is if they score a touchdown or a timeout.
That's what I was saying. If Lafayette scores, though, then it goes back to stopping the clock.
No, if they get 36 above, which they've got 41 right now, that clock continuously runs.
But if Lafayette scores
they'll stop it for that.
They start. But then after that, since it's under 36 points.
I got you. You're saying if Lafayette makes it 42-7.
42-7, then the clock stops again, or is it stay running since it was started? That's what I don't recall.
I think it continues to run. Yeah. Well, we'll find out. It's 42-0, and it's 4:50 to go in the third. We'll answer all these questions for you.
I'm going to check on it.
Yeah, Billy's going to check on that. We'll come back. It's 42-0 Trinity here against Lafayette on the White Greer Maggard High School football game. William Warfield producing.
I'm not loving my smile. I should have got braces when I was a kid. I want my teeth to be straight.
Dude, go to White Greer and Maggard. So, I see you took my advice. Better?
Oh, better.
You're not you when your teeth aren't straight. Get started at White, Greer, and Maggard today.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com.
we always try to clarify the rules and officials. And Bill,
Got it.
You got to clarify or clear it up for us.
Once it starts, once the running clock starts, it doesn't stop.
That was my
now
impression.
I do have a change.
Okay.
A couple of the guys over in the Brox told me it's 45, not 36.
No, it's continual run. It's 36 now. They changed that. I do know that from games I've called.
Well, I know, and we had it at Boyle County.
Yeah, and they kept
last week.
Yeah,
but I'm just
So did they just change it to 45?
Well, they changed it. They said he got something on a piece of paper. He got a notice on it, but that's
So they changed.
I guess we're fixing to see.
Well, right now the clock is stopped.
Yeah.
So maybe that has changed. It's 42-0. Trinity on top of Lafayette, and I tell you what, this is a good Lafayette team that Trinity's come in here tonight on their home field and made a big-time statement.
Yeah, and this is one of those things. I mean, we talked about a barometer that later in the year these guys could end up, in the playoffs against each other. Definitely after Lafayette's run last year, and the way things pan out in the playoffs.
Brandon Bennett up to the 25, hard running by number 13. He's hit there by. I tell you what, this safety, Luke Eskins. He makes a ton of plays from his safety spot.
Well, you know what the thing is when you're able to sit here they run the 2 deep, and when you're sitting there reading it and you don't have any other threats, and nobody's threatening you, then that gives you that free reign to be able to sit there and from 12 yards back get up there and be extra run support.
Yep. So second down, Bennett with a pickup of about 5. He is still in the backfield with Walker Wood. Fakes to Bennett. Wood's going to tuck it. Wood coming to the near side. Wood and being chased, hemmed in, and tackled back by Santana Jones and company. No gain there for Walker Wood.
The flag just flew.
Word that came from deep back in the, or was that the vicinity of the line? That's going to be against Trinity. Clock continued to run.
A little too much jawboning.
So the penalty didn't stop the clock. So I'd say we got a running clock, but the penalty didn't stop it.
I mean,
so 3:22.
Zuckerman with WL Stats said 36, and then one of the gentlemen from.
And Gary Ball said 36.
Well, I knew after you said it was done, but then it was.
William Moorfield said 36.
They said they got some type of. Notice it was 45.
Yeah. We are. We do appreciate one thing about it. I can't say enough about the hospitality of Lafayette. I know Trinity's come in here number 10 in the country and kind of put a statement on them here tonight. But I tell you what, this is a good Lafayette team, and these Lafayette football boosters, they are outstanding, aren't they, William?
Absolutely.
Top of the line. We appreciate you folks. He's got him down there, and it's intercepted by Richie. Richie at midfield. He's going to the 40. He's down to the 30. And he's going to run it out of bounds on the far side of the field. Intercepted there by Richie, Justin Richie.
He had a post, and we talking about getting open. I mean, and Richie just kind of sat on him, and, Walker didn't get enough air under it. And over the top, he had his guy. It looked like he had a step or two. But, my first time watching Richie, I mean, they could have been baiting a little bit.
And Billy Ransdell, you didn't throw a lot of interceptions, I know, when you play quarterback, but that's 4 by Walker.
Year.
That's 4 by Walker. He threw 4 all of last year.
Sometimes it happens.
It happens.
You get going.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. I'd rather get it over in the first couple of games, quite honestly, and sit back and look at it and take that's where you go as coaches can come back and look and say, what are we doing? Are we helping him?
Yeah.
In my opinion, right? Especially in this game.
IMO.
He's not helping it. They're not. It's tough goings. I mean, he's running the football.
Yep.
Heck, he's already got 12 rushes for 32 yards. He's the leading rusher. The next closest is 3, and it's -4 yards. I mean, and plus he's thrown the ball 12 times. So he's got 24 of their 30 plays he is doing. He's taking care of. So that's kind of difficult to do.
Yeah.
And then not to mention if you don't have any time.
Probably see Nick Bond at quarterback here next series for Trinity, although Blackburn still is in there. He slides right, gives now to Smith, and he dives down to the 10. By the way, that penalty, there was a penalty tacked on after the interception by Richie, and that's why they have the ball down at the 12-yard line, Bill Ransdale. Trinity, 1:52 to go in the third, and the Rocks 42, and the Generals nothing here. Gary Ball, Bill Ransdale, William Warfield.
Looked like a personal foul, I think.
Yeah,
we just missed who,
right.
I just missed who it was. They were talking out there around a 35-yard line, and I didn't see the flag there. And I think it happened after we started looking at each other and talking a little bit. Apologize for that.
Blackburn with Smith. He draws inside. Smith trying to bounce it outside,
Good
breaks a
stiff
tackle, and then is going to be gang tackled on a good play there by
there you go.
Lafayette.
That's what you'd want if you're Lafayette's defense.
And nice play by McCoy. So McCoy doing a great job in there helping out along with Simpson. And I believe Malik Price, 19, came in from free safety and helped out as well. That's the type of defense Trinity's been playing all game, getting a lot of kids, helmets and players of the football that Lafayette just played there on that down.
Absolutely.
We're late in the third quarter, 3rd down and 9 for the Rocks. They can get a first down inside the 2. Spencer Blackburn out of the gun, looking right, looking, pump fakes, throws it down the right side, back of the end zone, incomplete, back of the end zone.
Oh, I tell you what, he ended up. I know he wants that one back because it looked like at the end there, it looked like Smith came open in the back of the end zone, but I couldn't tell. But it was a great pressure inside. I'm not so sure it wasn't Shaw that had him and put Blackburn on his back.
So Zach Williams will try about a 28-yard field goal on the far hash mark out of the hold of Bond, the backup quarterback. Placement down, and the Williams kick is up, and it hit the left upright. Did it get through? Yeah, it went through. And, yeah, it's good. So it hit the upright, came back on a perfect bounce there for Williams. With 3 seconds to go in the third, it is Trinity 45 and Lafayette nothing. We'll return on PrepSpin, the White Greer Maggard Game of the Week.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Kentucky's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports.
We're back here with just 3 seconds left before the third quarter action is concluded, and Trinity will be kicking off after Zach Williams' 28-yard field goal that hit the left upright, bounded in. Everything going right for Trinity, Bill Ransdale.
No question about it.
Blow that play dead before he gets a kickoff. Quentin Brown back deep, and also Daquan Edwards for Eric Shaw. Well, last year, about this point, they went to Trinity, got it handed to them, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
But turned out winning 12 games, getting all the way to the state championship, playing Louisville Male. So what do you foresee down the road for these Lafayette Generals after playing Trinity right now? The Trinity Shamrocks lead 45-0.
I think it's a great teaching tool. I mean, you go back and you look and you put the film up and you break it down with all your positions and you say, look, this is what they did. Here's what they did technique-wise. Mm-hmm. Here's where they beat us one-on-one. You go back and you look at your young men and say, this is what we need here to improve. And everybody starts going through that process. And I think, like we talked about earlier, it's a barometer that they can sit there. But for Lafayette, it's early. Some teams don't like to play, big teams early.
Right.
I think it's it's a good thing to get people's attention. You don't want to sit there and be crushed, but it's one of those things where you can sit there and really use it as a good teaching tool.
We want to thank Mingy Beef Jerky for providing Mingy Beef Jerky to the crew and to the coach tonight. And it is 45-0 here in the White Greer Maggard Game of the Week. And they will run out that third quarter. And as we go to the fourth quarter, Trinity now will have to flip ends of the field and kick off to our right to Lexington Lafayette.
I tell you right now, I think you just, again, to finish the thought, you work on it right now. You're sitting there and you're trying to execute some plays. I mean, I never want to say the game's over. Nobody looks at it that way, but you want to be able to execute who do we play next week if I'm Lafayette, and what are we going to try to accomplish? And for Trinity, I think you have a chance to get some other guys into play right now and get a look as they're going to run down their schedule. And
Trinity's got Mail next Friday night. That'll be a big one. Taken in by Lafayette. That's Brown. And he's going to take it up close to the 20, maybe shy of the 20. Quentin Brown, QB they call him. He is the backup quarterback, by the way, number 8. Backup quarterback, great receiver, had a great junior year as receiver. So Trinity will hold on to that number 1 spot, probably move up in the USA Today national rankings, Bill Ransdale, beating this really good Lafayette team here tonight in the fourth quarter, 45-0.
Yeah, and I'd say that Coach Beatty and the rest of that staff are acutely aware of where they rank. And if they can put some points up, they're not going to stop putting them up because they're looking at the national ranking.
They've got Louisville Mail. They'll have their hands full with Mail next week, believe you me. I've seen Mail.
They reloaded?
Mail's good. Their quarterback, the game we saw here, Coach Mean and I a few weeks ago, wasn't stellar, but looked like he had a lot of potential. Depends on, Mail seems to always come up with a good quarterback, though.
Yeah, they do.
Walkerwood gives on the sweep to Daquan Edwards. Edwards in the backfield, cuts it back, and leaps up for about a yard. Good job by Edwards to make positive yards. He could have lost easily, too. We have 10 minutes and 48 seconds to play, and Louisville Trinity leads Lexington Lafayette 45-0. Looking at some numbers, Spencer Blackburn now 11 of 18, 196 yards, 3 touchdowns for Trinity. Walker Wood 8 of 13 passing, just 35 yards, 1 interception for Lafayette. He's also rushed 12 times, as Bill Ransdale talked about. Not good when your quarterback's by far your leading rusher, 12 carries, 32 yards.
No, sir, never is, and your other 4 rushers are negative.
Brandon Bennett running hard. Bennett up to the 35, 37. Boy, I like the way Bennett runs, though. He runs very hard. Picks up about 6 yards on that.
And that'll bring him from -4 to +2.
And you want to know who made that play again? Do I even have to say his name?
That's who I was looking at.
Do I even have to say it?
Yeah, the play before that.
Eskins.
That's who I was looking at.
Goodness
he made the play
gracious.
before. He saw the jet sweep out here, and he got upfield and got into the backfield and strung everything out.
Wow, he's the Chris Spillman of high school football. He's everywhere. 3rd down and about a yard, or I guess we could call him the Jim Kovach of high school football.
Kovach was something.
Here's Walker Wood rolling right, setting, throwing. He's got a receiver, and he's caught Guilfoyle up at the 45. Guilfoyle midfield fights his way into territory.
And there's a little zone there. They caught him in the corner. They got too deep. Been talking about. They ran the corner route, and that time Walker had a chance to get outside a little bit on a little sprint out, and they got the edge capture for him. They didn't have pressure up in his face, and threw a really good ball. And Guilfoyle did a good route. I mean, and there's the execution you've been looking for.
That completion was nearly as much as he'd thrown the entire game, and he's now got 9 of 14, 58 yards, Billy. Handoff right side, very little running room there, maybe a yard or 2. I believe that was Javarius Robinson, ball carrier.
Tough position to be in, Gary, when you're sitting there with a running clock. Trying to sit there and execute and trying to get better so you're not just, going backwards.
How about Alec McGuire coming in there, number 33 for Trinity, making a play defensively for the Rocks. When you got a team named the Rocks, Sean Connery, Walker Wood pump fake.
Got him.
Wood rolling. Here's pressure and pass is going to be incomplete down at the 40-yard line. Brown had it, trying to cut it upfield maybe a little bit too soon. I tell you, the pressure was coming, though, from Alec McGuire. He was really lowering boom down on Walker Wood, but good job by Wood to get rid of it. Clock continues to run. 8 minutes, and these last 8 minutes are going to be quick, folks, because it's a running clock. Trinity's going to go out of here 3-0. Lafayette will drop to 2-1. Lafayette goes to Florence to take on my alma mater, Boone County, next Friday night. That should be an easy win for Lafayette.
At what field?
At Irv Goody Field, Owen Houck Stadium, Sean Alexander Way. I know it all up there.
You do.
Of course, Sean was a good one. Went on to become an All-American in Alabama and pretty good with the Seattle Seahawks. Here's a quick pass. He's got his man, and that's going to be caught. He's to the 45, and taking it down is going to be Newcomb. Newcomb to about the 46, where it'll be 4th down. That clock continues to run, 7:26. Thanks for watching tonight, and we want to thank Mingy Beef Jerky.
Oh, yes.
Crown Trophy, all of our sponsors. Have we got a list of all the sponsors? Yeah, that's right. You play them. William plays the billboard before and after the game, don't you? All Sports in the Fayette Mall, right? White Greer Maggard. Thanks to Whitaker Bank. UK Sports Medicine. Talked to Jenny Williams. Boy, what a nice lady Jenny Williams, the trainer for, 16 years as the AT here at Lafayette. I think
it's awesome.
That's impressive, Billy.
It is impressive.
I know you wait for me to bring out my Sean Connery imitation again, aren't you? We'll go to the Rock. Whitaker Bank, Central Bank. Who else? We got Roberts Insurance, thanks to Joe and John and Bob Roberts, all the folks at Roberts Insurance. They're fantastic. And, of course, I went down to Sutherland Chevrolet. I think I told this story last week on the game. Took my car in to be serviced. Engine light was on. They changed my oil, serviced the car, fixed the engine light. It was something with the accelerator in about 45 minutes, and I was on my way. I was a happy camper.
You're special. You're special.
No, they're special. It was a sensor. It was a sensor, yeah.
Push there's a little button.
A little butt, just had to hit the button. But Rich and, of course, Don Gabber and all the great folks down at Sutherland Chevrolet. You know the folks down there at Sutherland Chevrolet.
I've talked to Don.
And check out Brian Mile and Lee K. Howard tonight at 11:15. It'll be game time. And check out the Kentucky scoreboard tonight at 10:30. I think I told William I'm going to be on the Kentucky scoreboard tonight with Rick Shaw and Don Atkins at 10:30 talking about high school.
Rick's still doing it?
Rick Shaw. They're in there. Lewis and I started that show, about 2002? And Rick Shaw and Donnie now are in about their 16th season of doing that show.
How about that?
4th down, and Wood's going to punt it. Thought they might, down 45-0, nothing to lose. Here's Richie, gets to him, and that'll be a free ball. Scooped up, and it'll be touchdown.
Scoop and score.
No, they're going to mark him at the 6. I guess they're saying you can't advance that. So the official's going to mark him at the 6.
Next week we got LCA Estill County. Who do you got? Lex Cap and Cup.
Yeah, they're going to mark it at the 6-yard line, Gary.
And we don't want to forget that you've got Estill County and Lexington Christian on PrepSpin in HD. You'll pick up the audio from Greg Horn, and Coach Meehan and I will be up at Eddie Evanston's stomping ground to see his Cov Cath Colonels take on Lexington Catholic next Friday night. That'll be audio only, by the way. That'll be on Mixler. But just go to PrepSpin. William will tag it to PrepSpin. You can pick up the audio broadcast right there on PrepSpin. It'll be Cov Cath and Lex Cath next Friday. 7 o'clock kickoff, by the way, at Covenant Catholic. Eddie,
you're looking forward to get back in your stomping grounds, aren't you? You can't wait.
I want to see Eddie.
You're going to go up the night before, aren't you?
I'm going to go up and see Eddie Evanston, man. He's the man.
You tell it, Beverly.
I will tell Eddie. Billy Ransdale, his former OC, when E-Square quarterbacked with the Horsemen back in the day.
He made it easy.
He was a good one. Well, they stopped the clock here. And by the way, I guess they don't allow advancement on that, right? So no advancement on that. It was touched, so they mark it at the 6-yard line. Let's see.
You know what? But here, I'd love to see the score. But right now you have a chance to execute and try to get in from goal line.
Quentin Brown, and he kind of danced in there for some reason, kind of stopped, and Trinity was all over that.
This is it's a chance for your offense now to bow their neck a little bit and get the ball in the end zone against a good defense.
That was Ethan Hull at 47, the linebacker. So let's see if Lafayette can punch one in here.
And Trinity's trying to keep it, shutout.
They want the shutout.
They brought back in their ones. They had some subs in there the last series or two.
Walker Wood. Edwards to the bottom. Wood looking right. Throws over that way, and it's caught, and touchdown for Lafayette as he throws it to QB Quentin Brown. It's going to be a 6-yard TD strike for Lafayette. That's the 6th touchdown pass of the season for Walker Wood. Wood now 10 of 16. They'll refresh that. That'll be 11 of 17.
65 yards.
And a touchdown now to QB Quentin Brown. So that is 5 touchdown passes now, Bill Ransdale, for Walker Wood, 3rd game into the season here.
Yeah, it's 65 and 32 is 97. Total yards of their 109.
Yeah, Trinity jumped offside. One of the linemen for Lafayette barked out the count, and the Trinity player jumped off, and that's going to cost them half the distance. So 5:51 to go, and Lafayette on the board. It's Trinity 45, Lafayette 6. Game time is tonight with Brian and Lee K. Game time on WKYT. They'll have scores and highlights from all over Central Kentucky, Bill Ransdale. And then, of course, Sunday at 12:30, catch the Scholastic Ball Report. Here's the Averett kick. It's up, and it is good. So Averett's been outstanding on extra points this year. 5:51 to go, and Lafayette's on the board. Trinity 45, Lafayette 7. We'll return to Ismail Stadium on the White Greer Maggard High School football.
White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash.
Finals.
All right, deep for Trinity. Number 22, Justin Ritchie.
Back deep, Jovan Smith and Ritchie. Aver kick. It goes to Ritchie at the 13. Ritchie, the 20. Ritchie, the 25, runs it back to the 20. Hemmed in, and Ritchie's going to be knocked down at the 22. Good kickoff coverage by. And you've got some scores there, Bill Ransdale. Southwestern beat Knox Central 34-20. Hopkinsville over Fort Campbell 41-0. And we got Danville over Boyle 43-15. Is that a final?
Yeah.
43-15. Ballard beat DeSales. We'll give you some of these other scores. Manuel beat
Belfry wins, beat Harlan
County. Yep, we'll give you some more scores as Trinity breaks out. I think we'll probably see the backup quarterback, and I think he's out there. Yeah, Nick Bond, number 4. And
he threw a good ball in pregame. We were watching him.
Yes, he did. So Bond in there at quarterback for the Shamrocks. Gives now right side to the backup running back, and he cuts it back, pulled, and Lane, he fumbles the ball. And let's see, Lafayette had a shot, but they were able to jump back on it. That was the backup running back, and that is Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, and that was
Brandon Lane.
Brandon Lane that was in there. That he's the one he was trailing. Had really nice job of technique. Kept him the running back to the side, and then when he cut back, he was able to get his hand in there and strip him.
Bluegrass Preps, Rob Bacigalupo. Henry Clay up 20-6 on Clark County. And LCA leading 34-0 over Greene County. Some other scores. Did Tate's Creek beat Dunbar? I think
Creek was up earlier.
Yeah, they were up. So third down and long here. 21-14. Creek led at half. So we have only 3:55 to play here, and
Mayo beating Fairdale 57-8.
So obviously,
that sets up for next week.
Mayo's getting their offensive groove on. That'd be a good one next Friday between Mayo and St. X and Bowling Green. Update on that one. That was tied at 3, right, William? 3-3.
Scott County beat Newport 56-16.
No, they played Highlands.
Scott County.
No, that's Scott High.
Scott High.
Pass is going to be incomplete from Bond, who's in there, trying to go to the far side of the field, and intended receiver over there for, that was Wilson, I believe. Yeah, backup player Alex Wilson. Clock continues to run, 3:15 to go. And Lafayette will head to Boone County next Friday night up in Florence, y'all, to take on the Rebels, who are 0-3. I like Lafayette's chances in that one.
Yeah, we watch Boone. I mean, if they can sit there and, shut down that power eye that Boone's going to bring out now. I mean, that's not easy to do. We saw Lex Cath, they just kept running. They do a really nice job of executing their offense, Boone County does. They may be one-dimensional for the most part, but they do a good job with it.
Williams punt, and Trinity's going to watch it roll back to the 45 inside the 43-yard line and touch it down there. So Lafayette will have it. Clock running, 2.5 to play. And tomorrow night, right over there at Commonwealth Stadium, lit up tonight. It'll be Southern Miss and the Cats. And Billy Ransdale, your pick tomorrow night, your score.
I like the Cats. 37.
Southern Miss.
24.
37-24. I like the Cats 32, Southern Miss 25 by a touchdown, but I do like the Cats to win. What about Mr. Warfield? Your pick, UK, Southern Miss tomorrow night. He's thinking about it. 24-21. Cats win on a field goal. Yeah, the guy's healthy this year.
We're 3-0 right here.
Yeah. Kentucky's halfway to a bowl game already in this press box. 2:12 to go here. And that clock has been stopped. I guess somebody called a timeout. It's the only way you can stop it on a running clock. 45-7. Trinity on top. Bond came in there at quarterback to get him some snaps in for the offense. And Lafayette they still have Walker Wood with Brandon Bennett to his left. Wood back to pass. Wood rolling to the right. Wood, and he's going to be sacked. And coming in there to get him for the Shamrock defense, that was big number 41, one of the backup players, and that's going to be Jared Casey. Casey with the sack.
Yeah, Casey did a nice job. I mean, he just, he was inside. He just put a quick move and got up and got upfield. And I mean, Walker didn't have any chance to do anything.
Timeout on the field with 1:52 to play. And again, we want to thank Mingy Beef Jerky. They've given us some great Mingy Beef Jerky up here in the box. Mingy Beef Jerky, another sponsor. And
how about the Lafayette boosters?
Yeah, Lafayette High School boosters.
Lord have mercy.
I said, you want me to give credit to anybody? They said, no, it's a team, everybody. So the Lafayette football boosters, you guys rock. So thanks for watching tonight. I know you Trinity fans watching on PrepSpin have enjoyed the broadcast so Trinity is going to go to 3-0, keep that #1 ranking.
Well, they've got a heck of a squad, don't they?
They really do. Defensively, they're impressive, aren't they?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I mean, their pursuit is really good, too. I mean, they do a nice job, just basic fundamentals on their – they line up right and they get there, but their speed, their lateral movement, their pursuit, it's really nice.
Brandon Bennett off to the races, 45. And Bennett hit hard. Did the ball come out of there? He might have fumbled it. Yeah, he did. And Trinity's got the ball. He fumbled it, Bennett. That's one thing Brandon does. He runs hard, but he puts it on the ground a few times.
Yeah,
he did that against Boyle.
That was going to be their 5th first down of the game.
So great run by Bennett, and then he fumbles. Recovered by Trinity. We did not get a number on the young man who recovered it for Trinity. If we see the replay, William, tell us what number, who came up with that ball there on that replay for Trinity. 26 came up with that fumble recovery, and that is
Christian
English, or it might have been Santana Jones. It was either English or Jones. Both of them, came out of there like they had the ball. 1:43 to play, clock running. Bill Ransdell, Gary Ball, and William Warfield. And Bond's just going to take a knee. So Bond takes a knee. They're going to run that clock out, and so Trinity will go to 3-0. Lafayette will drop to 2-1. So Lafayette will head to Boone County. Trinity will take on Mail, and I believe that game is at Trinity Stadium next Friday night. I believe Trinity's got that at home against Mail.
Should be a
doozy. Mail's beaten them 5 out of the last 6 times.
Yeah, that's strong. Mail's good. I mean, that's just a big slug match, big
Exactly.
2 heavyweights.
So Bond, the backup quarterback, will take a knee out of victory formation. Clock will continue to run. They may just let it run out with that mercy rule. Sometimes they'll set the clock, go ahead and run out. It's 45-7.
I like the way the refs, they're marking it and they're taking their time to start the clock, as far as the 30 seconds, because they know what everybody's trying to get accomplished here. Right. So let's have a little bit of pride about it.
So check out Game Time tonight on WKYT 11:15 with Brian and Lee K, and check out the Scholastic Ball Report that premieres Sunday at 12:30 on the CW this Sunday at 12:30. Scholastic Ball Report.
And this will do it.
So Bond will just have to take one more knee, takes a snap, and goes back, takes a knee, and Trinity will win it, and they'll win it going away 45-7 over Lexington Lafayette, 2 of the top premier 6A teams in the state. Tonight, #1 Trinity comes into Lafayette, looks impressive, Bill Ransdell.
Oh, look, they really did. I mean, they executed every which way you could. I mean, the first quarter, 14-0. The third quarter, there was going to be 14, but they got the ball with 28 seconds left and made it 21. So you're down 35-0 at the half before you even have a chance to, know where you are. But you said it, right after that first drive. We went out for a break, and you said to me, boy, it just looked just too easy, on the way they executed. And a lot of credit to Trinity. I mean, again, it's they're no stranger to being in this position.
Right. 23 state titles.
Yeah, and so, Lafayette is, there last year and excited with coming out of here. And I tell you, they've got a nice squad. It just Trinity really just took them out of everything they looked like they wanted to do tonight.
Yeah, Lafayette will have a fine season. Trinity also will have a terrific season over there in Louisville. So Bob Beatty's Rocks get the win. They are now 16-0 in their last 16 trips against the Lexington Public School. They won all 16 of them. We'll come back, wrap things up here on the White Greer Maggard, thanks to Mingy Beef Jerky. Mingy Beef Jerky. When he coach tonight's going to take some home. He'll love it. He'll have fun chewing on that on the bus on the way back to Louisville on Mingy beef jerky. So he'll love that stuff. We'll come back here on PrepSpin, the White Greer Maggard game of the week.
I bet he doesn't get it.
White Greer and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky. By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts were sent last year with Whitaker.
Back here on the post-game show, thanks to, of course, all the Lafayette High School football boosters. Gary Ball up here with Bill Ransdale. William Warfield and Joe Allen was our big cameraman on top of the box tonight, Bill. It's a situation where Trinity came in here. They took control early. They led 14-0 into the first, 35-0 at halftime. Blackburn was 11 of 18, nearly 200 yards, 3 touchdown passes. They had 2 running backs. Even though they didn't go over 100 yards, Roderick Thomas and Jovan Smith, they combined for 100 and what?
Well, Jovan, 7 for 77. I mean, that's 10 yards a pop every time he touched the football. And, it's Smith also had 6. Jovel Smith had 6 receptions for 122 yards. I mean, they've just got a lot of weapons, and they're good up front on top of it. 49 plays, 368 yards for Trinity. I mean, that's pretty strong.
It's real strong. And then, of course, Guilfoyle, he led Lafayette 4 catches, 42 yards. QB Brown had 4 for 11. And, Bill, you've got another stat you want to point out there about time of possession?
Yeah, I mean, Lafayette leads it. I mean, they got 26. They had 4 minutes more almost than Trinity, but 5 of 10 third downs for Trinity versus 3 of 11 for Lafayette. I mean, just, Trinity just solid. And, Lafayette just could not quite get things going. And I think the biggest thing is on first down, they didn't have any really good big positive plays to be able to put them in that 2nd and 6 or 2nd and 5 or 2nd and 4.
Yeah, that's true.
They were playing from behind the count, and to what you said earlier, they played from behind the count on field position all night as well.
Yep. And 368 total yards for Trinity, that's nothing off the charts, but it's enough to get you 45 points when you get those touchdown passes. Just 112 yards for Lafayette on 41 plays.
Well, and you got for Lafayette, Walker Wood, 11 of 17, 65 yards. Rushing, he had 13 for 22. He had a loss there at the end, but so he's got 87 yards of their 112.
Right.
I mean, it's a big night for. I mean, that's a lot of touches.
I think Trinity saw Walker Wood's Sports Center top 10 on ESPN.
Said we're going to do something about that.
Got a key on number 9. You like that number 9, though, don't you?
I like that number. He looks good.
He's wearing the right number. Well, Billy, great work with you as always. Look forward to being back with you here this season. You'll be back in a few weeks. And for William Warfield, this is Gary Ball. Your final score The Trinity Shamrocks 45, the Lafayette Journal 7. Until next Friday night for more PrepSpin High School football. This scary ball for Bill Ransdell, William Moorfield. Thanks for watching the PrepSpin Game of the Week, brought to you by White, Greer, and Maggard.